Then he try and go inside, then kena stop by stop by Chester or Calvin, I forgot.
Right.
It's like, sorry sir, this is a paid show. How much? $15. Fucker, pay $15. Come inside the show. I halfway play my chord. I don't care too much. And then he look at me in the eye. I look at him in the eye. Fuck. And then he leaves.
Siala.
The
Siala.
fucker just leave just like that.
Welcome to the fucking podcast. This is Shit I Do at Work. My name is Rai, and this is episode 6 of the very fantastic podcast that we have for you.
Woo.
Our dearest guests. They are watching the show. And today we are joined by a fellow individual. I'm sure you've known him throughout your whole life, I'm sure.
Yes, I am known.
He's well known.
Widely.
It's Isaac from Big Duck.
What's up,
Everybody
what's
give
up?
him a round of applause. You know
Thank
what?
you for having me. Thank you for
Isaac,
watching me.
thank you for coming through. And
Listening
of
to
course, today we have the always very well liked Mr. Loges. You're a fan.
Fucking legend. This
You're
guy.
a fucking fan favorite, apparently.
Wow.
Today Shah is sitting out because he's got his shot. R.I.P.
Oh my god.
Rest in pussy. Rest in pussy. Anyways, today we'll be having a review of some songs. So 3 songs from Jjdroy. Enough. And then we have Panic and Conclusion by Tranquil. And Tragedy by Chasing Daylight. And then we're going to be moving on to the breakdown. Breakdown.
Let's go, man.
Going to be moving on to the breakdown. But before that, we're going to ask Mr. Isaac to say hello. Hi, Isaac.
Hello, thanks for having me. I love myself some podcasting.
Some podcasting.
Love
Anyways,
myself some
it's
music
like a
reviewing. That's like 90% the reason why people know me nowadays, I guess.
he's a very well-known individual in the show business. He recently did a Baybits lineup kind of thing. Baby, so
Big Dog, let's
yeah, Big Dog. Shout out to Big Dog, his company and all that. So we're gonna kick off the interview. Gonna talk about the song "Enough" by Jjdroy. Now Jjdroy is very well known with the scene because he's done some rap stuff as well.
Rap.
Yeah.
Some rap stuff. He did a song with Overrated as well. He's done songs with the likes of Kill Me Slow. Plenty more individuals. But anyways, going to start at the song. Going to kick it off right now.
Was it ever enough? Say what you don't wanna. I know that it's still coming. Based on all my trauma, I know that you be running. Everything you wanted, I gave it all or nothing. Was that enough? Was it ever enough? You woke up on my side of the bed, thought about what I said when I told you I loved you. Cause you can't get it through to your head when I told you I meant every word that I stuck to. I slid my heart out for you. There's not a thing I won't do. But you left me at my lowest. Why do I still want what's hopeless? I loved you more than I loved anyone. Would've gave you the world if they took it from us. Now I'm falling to pieces. I never meant to be this. Say what you don't wanna. I know that it's still coming. Based on all my trauma, I know that you be running. Everything you wanted, I gave it all or nothing. Was that enough? Was it ever?
And that was Enough by Jjdroy. Guys, this is a really amazing song. Now Jjdroy has had an EP. So the songs that he has is like a whole collection of like straight up bangers. I swear, it's like
Yeah.
you know, it's like his flows and everything is like it's straight up just like it's an orchestra to my ears. I would say.
Right.
It's really amazing, that kind of thing. Like, the kinds of directions that he's gone for is very like I would say it's very experimental in a way because he's done
Yeah.
a lot of like pop punk kind of thing. And then he's done a lot of
No, the
like,
pop punk thing is like very recent he started off.
but
Before that it's all like hip hop or rap stuff.
Like what kind of rap? Like, I mean, I think I've heard like 1 or 2 tracks, but like I'm just still not very familiar.
Okay, so for example, the one song that I like is when he was featured on Cynic. So that was with Overrated. So there's a lot of like experimental kind of influences as well, a lot of degent kind of feelings.
Right.
Yeah, so it has a lot of like this kind of like really heavy kind of vibes, you know, he sort of like kicks off the energy super hard, that kind of thing. And like it just screams a lot of like it's just very straightforward kind of edge. Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean the EP he has is called Forget. Now it came out in March 2021, so it's a story about healing. So his process and everything, it just shows a lot of it just shows a lot of his personality as an artist. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it screams at a lot of potential when it comes to this guy can really songwrite, the kind of thing. He has a lot of kind of vibrancy about him. It's a lot. It's like looking at a color and then you appreciate the color.
Yes.
I like that. I like that color, But we're gonna getting some opinions from Mr. Isaac. Now, Mr. Isaac, I know you like being put on the spot because
Bruh,
you're
Nah.
very. I mean, like you are known for your showmanship, that kind of thing.
No lah. I am just known.
You just yeah.
Well, I'm not a fan, man. I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Oh,
I have to preface this by saying I am not a big pop punk fan.
Ah, okay.
So like this doesn't hit the spot for me. I just
Yeah.
kind of like it's like oh,
It's like
It's
it
okay.
kind of has like an average kind of sounding kind of thing.
yeah,
Is it
and then like rapper turn pop punker. Like where have I heard that before?
Oh yes.
MGK.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Yeah.
but I got to check out the rest of his discography before.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Whether I decide whether I want to lump him in.
I mean, like other than the likes of Kill Me Slow, he's done work with Axel Brizzy, Tangy Boy, and Aesop Cash. Now these are very big names in the industry, as we kind of know.
Yeah.
So like these guys have really put out the heat out there, as I would say. Do you have any opinions on that?
Right. So I don't think Axel Brizzy is a great rapper.
Oh,
I really don't.
It's
I
out
like
there.
like
It's
no
out there.
this to him.
Ladies
no,
and gentlemen, unpopular opinion.
no this to him is just like
Yeah.
I've caught him live a couple of times
Mm.
and like when I hear like his singles or whatever, like see I can't even name a song because I just forget. so like not like doesn't stick out to me technically. There's nothing too creative about it. So I haven't like I'm sure he puts in the work and I respect that, but I'm not a big Axel
For
Brizzy
sure,
fan.
for sure.
yeah.
Aesop Cash I really like his earlier stuff.
Oh yeah, his
like-
earlier stuff,
like-
like
like,
Reservoir.
Yeah. So
SBR.
yeah, and I like that kind of attitude he brings,
Oh yeah, a lot of edge, that kind of thing. I think his earlier stuff, I forgot the name of the song. All my enemies, I got too many.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that song was like that was really like bumping in the club, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
I-
energy.
So I really liked Aesop Cash, but then I remember Indran from Nevermind was talking to
Right.
me. Like this was before Baby Beats, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I was having a conversation with him. Then he was like, "Man, the new Aesop Cash, you gotta listen to this, man. It's the future of Singapore music." Oh, I'm like, all right, I'm hyped, bro.
Right.
I was like, really, John Chua, really? It sound good, really? You sure? Huh? Like, okay. You say what? Then it came out. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's fucking boring, bro. Like.
That shit just screams a lot of like, oh man, like false advertising much.
Yeah, so I was very disappointed. I can't say I like the new Aesop Cash. EP. So
I mean, like the new Aesop Cash is subjectively known to be very different from his older stuff because he's going on a very different direction.
yeah. But I think it's dope that artists. I mean, I'm all for artists going for new directions and
I
trying
mean,
new
one
things.
one thing to know that he got signed, so like the direction of it maybe has changed. you know?
Right. Yeah. But like, I'm all for that. But I just didn't think it slapped very hard or was very exciting
Yes.
to me.
You know?
Yeah. But that's just my opinion, So like, if you guys are Axel Brizzy or Aesop Cash, new Aesop Cash fans, like, that's cool too. I just don't like their music. very
It's okay, man. I mean, on this show, opinions matter unless you make them matter. So I mean, on this show, we are free to talk about anything we want unless it's like severely fucked up. Then like,
Right.
We will address it. for
we will
sure.
address it with a public meeting with everyone else.
We'll be looking at you.
Just get like,
But I think Isaac's interpretation of the song is a very honest kind of like direction. You know what? Because like, yeah, personally, I feel his stuff sounds great, but then I think I'm vibing on a different kind of like wavelength.
right.
Yeah, so like I'm seeing the direction of this song to be like, oh, this would really hit with like the Gen Z, the Gen Z
Right,
crowd
right,
kind of
right,
thing.
right.
It hypes up the energy for sure, but then like it doesn't have anything substantial.
I don't know about that. I feel like that one listen wouldn't tell me enough to like say whether there's anything substantial. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like
I mean, for
it's
like a
very
yeah.
like how old is this guy? Like
JJ.
I don't fucking know. It's like, I believe he's 24.
so that he's right the age because I think if you're past 25 you're still making this kind of music like get the fuck out, you know. Like,
Don't be.
like
This music is reserved 24. Then like,
yeah,
It's all for the
no.
youngs.
I don't know. Like, I just think it's weird. Like, okay, like, you know, like still, like, you know, Blink can still Blink, like, can do Blink,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they
yeah.
dope, you know, whatever.
like
but, like,
Flea can
I don't
be
know. I don't know. I feel like
is it?
I feel like if you're like a 30-year-old man, you're a grown ass man, and you're like, you know, like thinking about
You
like,
know who you're
like,
talking about.
Right.
like my high school crush, no, whatever.
Is it-
fuck
is it-
shit, you
is
know,
it the
it's-
whole-
There's a bit of a disconnect.
the-
Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe you're still this like whiny angsty motherfucker at 30 years old. You know.
Deep voice.
I think it's the imagery that like he's obviously trying to portray. It's a
Right.
very like a very angst kind of thing, pop punk. You know what?
It's the modern pop.
Wear tight leather jeans.
Yeah.
I like to call it the Avril Lavigne face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, nah. It's not for me.
Anyways, I mean like the Avril Lavigne face is very it's very resonant with like most 90s kids. Anyways, so
I
like,
feel a cool pop punk revival thing that I really liked recently was the Willow album. Have you heard the Willow album?
ooh yeah.
Yeah, Willow album fucking slaps, bro. Transparent Soul and all those tracks. My favorite is Don't Save Me. I think that's a banger.
So
Lipstick.
so what did you like about the song? I think.
I don't know. It just didn't feel like I mean. I didn't feel like whiny or irritating, you know. I didn't feel like overtly juvenile. It felt
Right.
like this is where Willow is right now, and
Right.
this is some heartbreak, some fucking bangers. You know, that's how I felt about the album, lah. And like,
Basically, it's just fucking disgusting, dude. It's disgusting in a good way. You know what I mean? It's straight up like you would hit bop to that shit on repeat.
right,
And it's
right.
like it's very reminiscent of like a time where like you just like I'm just gonna have this teenage angst, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like it's not as cheesy as like
right.
Yeah.
I think like cheese to me is like a big factor, I guess, in
Right.
deciding like if I can like tahan this pop punk. I don't know because
I mean we've lived enough to know of the cheesy songs that we've heard in the scene anyways. So,
right.
yeah.
Like I don't know. For me, I guess cheese that I can stomach because like I grew up with that is like Audio Slave. You know, that's fucking
Right,
cheesy.
right,
Yes.
right.
But like that slaps
It's-
for me because like you know it's like yeah, you know, Tom
Right.
and Rollo do some weird solo or whatever, you know.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, I guess I just didn't grow up a lot up on like pop punk, so like
I mean, any like in any kind of like conversation, this is like a very, like I said, a very subjective kind of genre because like people vibe with it, people don't vibe with it, anyways. But then like it's a very kind of like open, free spirited kind of thing. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
pushing out the angst, anyways. But then like yeah, it's good, but then it's kind of bad in a way.
no, I mean like I don't know. For me, I just know what I like and what I don't. So Willow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pop punk I like. Fucking
Shout out
bangers.
to you, Willow.
Yeah, and
But anyways,
JJ track, just not for me. Yeah.
shout out to you, JJ. We're gonna be moving on to the next review, which will be from Mr. Lokes. Mr. Lokes, now the song, I believe, I mean, like he recommended this song anyways to
Right.
me, and like I thought it was like a good thing to discuss. So Lokes, what do you feel about the kind of direction of the song that it's going for?
Okay, the first thing that came to my mind is MGK.
Yeah,
the modern pop, because like you hear his
said it already.
his vocal.
Said
No,
it
because when
already.
you hear his songwriting on the vocal arrangement, it's so similar to MGK last album.
Right,
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like MGK's last album?
Some songs, but not all songs.
kinda
Right. Okay.
It's kind of shit.
But-
It's like honestly,
Right, to write about it for work, I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
sucks. You know, like,
kinda
But
shit.
I would prefer Jaden's album more than MGK.
I feel like it's I think Mod Sun is like it's kind of like the cookie cutter of like MGK because anyways MGK
Yeah.
is already like
No,
direct-
because he's the producer for the album.
yeah, right. So like I mean Mod Sun stuff I kind of vibe with it, but then like it's sometimes like it's those off day kind of vibe, like you know I kind of like it and some days I don't like it, that kind of thing.
right.
Same with Youngblood also. He does the rap stuff, but when it comes to rock stuff, he does it differently.
But you
Right.
can see that clip on Twitter of like Youngblood playing with his spit on stage or something.
Oh my god!
Who hasn't seen it, yeah?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, that
Yeah.
that that shit just be wilding as fuck. I swear to God. It's just
Someone's like, that's so hot. I'm like, is it though? I don't know, man.
I mean, every teenage chick out there who's like a big fan of Youngblood would be like, you just sell me your spit.
Bruh,
It's
yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah, it's
Can you even do that now in COVID times?
I
Like,
don't,
at
I don't
concerts?
think
like,
you can.
like ethically. Like, I remember I used to see like clips of like JPEG Mafia spitting into fans' mouth. like
I mean,
that's pre-COVID though, so like this is legal.
the level of disrespect. Anyways, but then like I'm gonna move on from there because like fucking hell, it's a whole rabbit
Yeah.
hole. It's a whole rabbit hole to go through. Like.
Yeah.
It's a deep ass rabbit hole. Anyways, look, sorry, the direction of the song, MGK. How would you see the sort of like artistry behind it? Like what do you feel like he's capable of as an artist?
Like for production wise, actually, is the way he wrote is very similar. Like you're trying to follow MGK production,
Right.
but also like if you hear the intros, like the guitar, like the chanting thing, I was just like, what?
It's like your standard.
But is that good?
Is that good to you?
Most modern pop punk stuff, is very similar to that kind of writing.
Right,
So,
right.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, do you think it's good? The track?
It's like we're squeezing the opinion out of
No,
it,
I
you
just
know?
want to know because I mean like you guys know I don't like the track.
Yeah.
And I've given.
Okay,
given
for-
like,
I'm
my
kind of
reasons.
neutral about it anyway. So
yeah, true. So for instrumental arrangement, it's fucking good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes
So like
to
literally everyone has like
vocals,
totally different opinion on this song.
yeah.
Yeah. But if we want to talk like technical stuff, I'll save that for breakdown.
So I mean, like, the direction of it, anyways, is just MGK as much. Lah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
very
like,
MGK.
but I think like his stuff on Cynic was something that I appreciated more because I could relate more because like I kind of like Resurrect. So shout out to you, Resurrect.
There's also like some songs he did like very similar to NF.
Oh yeah.
So all those emo stuff, but it's actually also the production one is freaking good also.
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, production wise, great lah. But then like arrangement wise, it's like
I think
you know.
shout out to his producer, whoever it is.
Shout out to you, man. But anyways, all the opinions that we shared on the show is of course opinions. We don't spread hate, but of course opinions matter unless you make
You
them
do
matter.
you, JJ.
JJ, just do you, man. But anyways,
Yo, if MGK can pull Megan Fox, you can pull Jade Rasif,
I
bro.
bet he did.
you gotta pull a Megan Fox, JJ. Okay, you gotta pull it off. And then we'll maybe interview you on the show if you're interested. But after we talk shit about his song,
Just come back. Just come back.
no. It's criticism. It's healthy criticism, JJ. And you know we love you, but then like you know do more, man. But anyways, we're going to be moving on to the next song by Tranquil. Now, Tranquil is a post-rock kind of like instrumental kind of like vibe. So I think this will be more of like the Thinking Man's kind of song.
Thinking man.
Thinking Man's
You
kind of
stupid,
song.
you cannot listen. Bro.
No lah, I mean you stupid, but then like you capable of listening. Okay, what? You know what I mean?
Play the song.
All right. We're gonna be playing Panic and fucking. Oh, I forgot the song. And that was Panic and Confusion. I fucking got it right now.
Nice.
That was Panic and Confusion by Tranquil. Now, Tranquil, they've been around for a while now. So
Right.
they consist of a 4-man band, you know, doing their post-rock stuff. So they kind of do a little bit of math rock kind of thing, a little bit of R&B
Yeah, it
kind
is
of like
math
influences kind of thing. So like they're really well known for their, you know, this very electric kind of sounds, like a very like atmospheric kind of thing. They kind of remind me of like Paint the Sky Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So
you
so
bro.
same wavelength.
Played
anyways.
Bay Beats with them. That's why I know them. We jam at the same studio. the night before Bay Beats, they jam right before us.
Shout out to 4-4, man.
Yo, 4-4. Shout out 4-4, best studio in Singapore, man. Really the best fucking place to jam, best place to do whatever. Shout out Yap, shout out Aaron, you know.
Shout out to 4-4, man.
Really the realest, the most affordable, constantly upgrading their space. 4-4, let's go. See, all the Bay Beats bands rehearse there, yeah. That says something.
I think like 4-4 should be like the official Baby's band, like, you know, like
Sponsored by
rehearsal-
Esplanade.
Sponsored by Esplanade. Sponsor 4-4.
Akilesh!
Come on, man. Sponsor those guys, man. Like they do really good work there. And
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
like, okay, I'm moving on too much already.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
yeah.
Go back to the song.
Yeah, so Tranquil, they have like I said, they have a lot of influences, a lot of post rock kind of stuff, you know, a lot of atmospheric kind of stuff, like I've said. But you know, I feel like it's kind of like it's the kind of stuff you would hear on Dreambound, anyways. You know,
Right.
it's like, it's kind of okay, anyways. I would say. But what do you think?
For me, yeah, it's like you know, like
it's like
I mean, at the start, I just kind of like, you know, getting into it all. Then like
the vibe.
but at the same time, like I wish there was a bit like it was a bit more like dynamic. Like not that it isn't dynamic, like you know the solo comes in and everything.
Right,
but
right.
but I just feel like when the solo comes in, that's kind of cheesy, you know. Like just the way that it comes in, like
It's like
I don't
you
know,
get
maybe
the solo and
it's just like it's like it's
You've
the
heard that distortion lead plenty of times.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like the easiest answers, yeah, you know. It's like,
it's very common.
it's like you doing your multiple choice, you check the answer sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying Tranquil is like the copy paste kind of band kind of thing.
I'm not saying they are copy paste band. I'm just saying this song is
It feels like a
like I don't know. I wish there was something that hooked me a bit more or brought me in a bit more. Like but other than that, I do think it's pleasant listen. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, like, anyways, Tranquil for me is like I recently just discovered them anyway. So like I've known Paint the Sky Red for quite a while already.
Right, yeah.
They've been in the scene for the
Forever.
longest, anyways. Yeah, the longest, anyways. So like these guys, they really take a lot of influences everywhere and anywhere. I mean, like I've heard. I've listened to like some elements of like math rock kind of thing, like a bit off tempo kind of stuff,
right.
kind of thing. I mean, the kids are into that anyway, so
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, like a lot of these like elements combined together, and then like the whole reverb kind of thing, you know, space kind of thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like it's just very reminiscent of like the band This Will Destroy You. So yeah. So like the band This Will Destroy You has a lot of like electronic elements anyways. So like it shows a lot of like it shows a very vivid kind of imagery anyways. So it's kind of there, but then like it's kind of missing something.
I think it's missing like I guess a bit more like I think it has to be more driving.
Yeah,
for the spot.
yeah.
It's kind of missing
I was
that
thinking the same.
driving
Right.
element. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like I feel like they could have done a little bit more heavier on the drums anyways, but then
Right.
that's a technical discussion that we'll be talking about the breakdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they were missing the punch, the drive of
Yeah,
it, the
yeah.
edge of it, like anyways. Because like these post rock bands that like plenty of us have heard, like they have a lot of these like very edgy kind of feeling anyways. So like
Right.
I feel it's missing that. Like that's my opinion on it. But any final thoughts to it?
It's like
It's like
good job, Tranquil. Keep
Tranquil.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Lokes, what do you think about the song, man?
Okay, so like their writing for like the guitars, is the progressive front, right? Like you mentioned, also it's missing the drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was feeling more of like they needed more drums, a lot more of that.
Yeah, the drums is actually pretty like chill and like
Yeah.
more
You think
sharp.
the drums would be like a bit more forward, like
Right,
driving
right.
the song
Yeah,
forward,
right.
You know? Yeah.
Because I mean, drums is important in a song, but then like in this kind of a song, anyways, because like it needs that edge. Like I think what Isaac was.
I guess
talking about
what you're
anyways.
trying to say is the song is a bit too tranquil.
Play the drum.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, nah, kidding. But yeah, anyways, Lokes, continue.
So, yeah, like the okay for the writing of the drums, the entire arrangement is pretty good, but like it's missing the drive lah. And other than that, instruments overall okay. But the only thing that you say the guitar solo.
I feel he could have done a lot more better with like a lot of stacked guitars. Anyways, like pan.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
panning stuff in a song, especially of this caliber, it excites the listener anyways, you know.
Right.
You know, it's something that like it holds a lot of like how is it? It changes the experience, the listening experience anyways. Like for example, you listen to Cactus Cactus, right? Like
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
how, bro?
Yeah.
you listen like, no,
How,
you
bro?
listen to Cactus Cactus, right? The last thing you'll be expecting is autotune.
No, it's literally in the press. It should be the first thing you expect.
Auto-tune with the flanger.
But like
You got auto-tune on this? Can I turn on auto-tune on this?
we're gonna have some autotune on that anyways.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, if for example, if you listen, like I said, if you're listening to Cactus Cactus, like the last thing, like, and let's say if I'm a new listener, I stop by, I'm gonna check out Cactus Cactus, and then like you play that set when you did on and then like and you have that autotune kind of vibe, and then I'm like, that's different. I don't think I've heard that before, you know.
Yeah, man, Cactus Cactus fucking dope, bro.
Shout out Cactus Cactus. But yeah, it's like you need. I think what this song is missing is that fucking the Kinder Surprise kind of thing.
I don't think every song needs to have a Kinder Surprise kind of thing, right? Like I feel like
As it suits.
if you go into every song thinking you need a gimmick, then you just become a gimmicky kind of band. I think it has to
Yeah.
also come from like a real
For sure,
place
yeah.
or like, you know, like a like auto-tune for me is just cause like I fucking love Kanye West, like, you know.
Shout out to
Like
Kanye.
like so and also I was very inspired by how like I don't know if you've heard The Voids.
Yeah.
So Julian Casablancas, how he
Yes.
uses autotune in that band, and a Kanye kind of like shape. Like I thought like I wrote the song already with like autotune in mind. You know, like the song, the autotune
amazing.
segments,
It's
because
just amazing.
like you get it's a lot more dramatic your melodies.
Right.
Really. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we've had a previous discussion about autotune anyway. So like,
Yeah.
it's either you use it or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, but for Cactus Cactus, like it's dope. Shout out to you, man. But yeah, it's straight up dope. It's like it's a very unique perspective, anyways. But this isn't the review for Cactus Cactus. So fuck
no.
you, lah.
You wait until the EP come out, only blow your minds.
Whatever you do.
But anyways, yeah. That was Tranquil. Panic and Confusion.
Yes, you finally got it.
I was like, I had a blank moment. It was just like, oh. Anyways, we're gonna be moving on to the next
Last song.
Tragedy by Chasing Daylight.
Tragedy was meant to be the sum of all humanity. I wanna see the world burning to the ground. Every day it's getting harder. Getting harder just to breathe. Oh my God, what have we done? Took a man to kill the sun. Our hands are stained. If life isn't ending, please will someone let me out. 'Cause all of
And that was Tragedy by Chasing Daylight. So Chasing Daylight, they've been around for quite some time. They've been around since 2016's the music mentorship program. They've played shows on Skate before. They've been on Baybeats. So they're quite a well-known figure in the industry or in the music scene. So these guys, they really know their stuff. You know what I mean? So they're a duo, the kind of thing. So shout out to you. So what do you think about the song, man?
So I've actually heard this one before.
Ah,
like
okay.
we got an email, a press release.
Right.
Yeah, and like it's not good. It's straight up not good. It's like
Oh, no!
like this the excerpt you played doesn't include the rap verse. The rap
Yeah.
verse is like one of the worst things I've heard in my life.
Yes.
Like it's like this like yeah, it's just bad. And like this was this like you know when they like put it out there and they say what it's about, like, yo, we got like hyper pop influence and like alt rock and everything, man.
hyperpop,
Yeah,
man.
that's in the press.
Hyperpop,
That's in the press. They listen to it. They listen to this shit. It's some Imagine Dragons call bullshit. And like it's it's corny.
It's like no,
It's corny. It's boring. They was singing what like environment die tragedy or the real tragedy is the fucking song. So like, I'm sorry, Chasing Daylight, man. Do better, like I don't know how the rap verse even got past like like someone actually listened to it. Like, what dope, you know? Someone had to do
I heard the
that
rap
before
part, I was like,
putting it out.
Right. Oh man.
I heard the rap part. I was like, when you hear the entire song, okay. Then when you come to the rap part, I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So,
I mean,
and-
it's subjective.
and overall also just like it's just corny and like
It just reminds me. Of
just so corny.
It shouts a lot of mainstream kind of stuff anyway.
yeah, like the Roy concept, the what on my way, the annoying.
Right.
Yeah. Like what Isaac was saying, it seems like a what like a Imagine Dragons like cover band. It's like I feel
Yeah.
it's like
I don't feel the Imagine Dragons kind of.
no. I mean
Is
like
that is that bullshit like anthemic kind of like oh like yo we rock man yeah and then like anthemic stuff and then, like I hate it like for me like I feel like this is all because like these are church guys and like church music sucks and I say this as a devout Christian. I go to church every Sunday and I believe in Jesus Christ. But like Hillsong sucks.
Lord have mercy on Isaac.
Hillsong sucks. Chasing Daylight sucks. And yeah, man. Like you know, I like yeah. and
Anyways, regarding the press release, is it online to check it out yet or?
I'm sure whatever publications pick them up would have.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Chasing Daylight, in their defense, they have like a lot of like influences in terms of like a lot of electronica kind of stuff. Anyway, so like.
That was fucking corny, dude. You don't do electronica stuff, do something cool, man.
No, it seems like a Planet Shakers kind of vibe, anyways.
That sucks.
it's like you're like
Enough! No more!
no, it's like
Singapore got enough of this shit! I feel lah, you know. No, Chasing Daylight, keep doing you, but I just don't like your music. My brothers in Christ. You know.
Anyways, may the Lord have mercy on Isaac for his opinions, because you know what? Just take a fucking joke lah. but I mean, like I said, in their defense, they have a lot of like influences, this kind of stuff. Like their older stuff is kind of like it's kind of good, I guess. But then like it doesn't really scream a lot like, you know, the kind of thing you want to listen to anyways.
I think it's them boring lah, dude.
Yeah,
I've seen them live. I've heard the older stuff.
I was feeling boring as well lah. I was like when I checked out the song, I was like it feels like a good thing to discuss anyways, because like I'm no hate to church music anyways, but like it's like it's kind of corny.
Yeah.
Logs. Like I think
Like I have to
You have to put this up.
disclaimer.
yeah.
Disclaimer. Some church music is dope.
Shout out to some church
Yeah.
music.
But like
Unknown church music.
but like-
you're good.
I don't know, man. Hillsong, and then I go to all the Singapore church, or then you just not good.
Anyways, like I said, these opinions are subjective, but if you want to take it seriously, then what the fuck are you listening to this podcast, man? Like, the fuck? Wait, what are you doing? But anyways, Logs, opinion.
Oh my god.
Sounds fucking corny.
You like it's okay, bro.
No.
I mean, if you like it, yeah, you like it.
No, the arrangement is like the rap part. No.
I think we all heard the rap part anyway, so it's like
Right.
it's super corny lah, you know. It's like I don't want to interrupt, but Looks. Before I say
Please,
something stupid,
Mr.
yeah,
Looks,
yeah, Looks.
All right, so okay, the arrangement itself is, if you just like you listen to the instrumental, right? Okay, it's okay.
It's
okay, like- but
joking.
I don't know. But I like the fuzz on the bass and the cross section also. It's pretty.
Oh, the synth, dude, like the synthesizers and everything are big, but then like
Yeah.
it continues and then like
It's just like
it's like, oh
okay. Is that it?
yeah, is that it? You know?
Is there more?
I think from the get go already, it's kind of like, you know, like you know, like you do some. I don't know. I just like I think you can do a lot more interesting things. Like
yeah, I
if you're bringing electronics into a rock band, you can do a lot more interesting things.
Yeah.
Like even back in the 90s, already like 9 Inch Nails is fucking.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like then that is what 30 years ago. So we're 30 years later do something new. You know, like
Technology is advancing, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You know what?
Now you can do everything in the laptop already.
yeah, man.
But anyways, no hate to Chasing Daylight. But you
Yeah.
know, guys,
no hate,
no hate, but like.
There's
no hate, but your song sucks. I'm sorry.
But you can do better, man. Criticism helps.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is the best part of the show. This is where we go to the.
It's the fucking breakdown.
Shout out to you, Shah. You're not here, but get well soon, man. But
Yeah,
anyways,
well,
we're gonna.
soon. At least now you're like super.
You're avoiding these songs.
Yeah.
Nah, I meant like safe from COVID, but safe from the songs also. Like, that's on you.
You save his ears.
If y'all haven't gotten your shot, please get your shot. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Shout
anyway-
shout out Bedok CC.
But no, CC living it up. But anyways, we're gonna be talking about Jjdroy's the song Enough, the technical aspects and like all that jazzness. We're gonna start with Isaac. Isaac,
Can we hear again?
sure,
Like, I don't want to, but like I have to. You know?
sure, man. We're gonna listen to Jjdroy's Enough once more.
Was it ever enough? Say what you don't wanna. I know that it's still coming. Based on all my trauma, I know that you be running. Everything you wanted, I gave it all or nothing. Was that enough? Was it
That's enough.
enough?
Get it?
Yeah, that's enough.
Start it off.
Yeah, no, but production wise sounds solid to me, man. Good job, producer.
Producer.
Yeah, good job.
Solid
Shout
like
out
you,
to
man.
producer, man.
Yeah, just sounds solid lah. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
I have nothing much.
Arrangement wise is pretty already good, anyways.
Yeah.
But then like like we've said, the song is like kind of mediocre, anyways.
I just don't like popang.
The song is kind of mediocre, but producer, shout out to you, man. Shit, those
Yeah.
drums are solid, man. Like
The
a lot of punch in
The
there.
room mics, dude.
No, I feel like the drums like, you know what I mean? Why-
Here again, the drums.
Sure, man. We're gonna listen to the drums. If I'm
I
not,
hear this could be MIDI, right?
yeah, that's what I was
Right.
thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be MIDI, anyways. It could be like a superior drummer.
Because
But like-
it's
like- but
so
like-
clean.
But it works for this song, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like that's the vibe.
If I'm not mistaken, this song was recorded here at VERTA Collective. So
Hey.
shout out to you, JL.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken, lah, like hopefully because like the drums, like it sounds very programmed, anyways. Like
Right.
it's super like
It's so clean,
it's quantized,
crispy.
you know. But it's like
Pristine.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pristine, you know. It's like I feel like a little bit of like imperfections would do the song justice. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. Then again, I'm like
you're
like-
biased to the fact that you don't like pop punk anyway.
yeah. So, but then again, it's like the fits the vibe lah. You know, like
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
for me, like you going for this, I wouldn't change the drum sound. I think it's fine.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very punchy drums. I mean, like I like the drums. Guitars, when you say like, I mean, like it's
That's
you could do with a little bit more stacked guitars. But Logs,
Yes.
opinion.
Okay, so like we talk about the drums, guitar. Yeah, I love the drums. Really.
Right.
Sounds good. One thing I don't like, this is the technical part, the mastering.
The mastering. Okay.
Yeah. So what?
one thing to note. This song is exported out in MP3. So like I
That's
think
why it
yeah
sounds so-
I think you're not getting the right kind of like fidelity
It's-
that you can pick up anyways.
Yeah, so it's like a feeling I'm listening to a mixed version instead of a
Right.
full on finish mastering.
Okay, that one is probably on my end because we're all listening to MP3 anyways.
But I don't know.
Ah.
If you think about it, you listen on Spotify, it's going to be like a shit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's compressed audio anyways. It's not
Yeah.
lossless like Tidal. So like,
Yeah.
I think if you could pick up the fidelity on it, it's not that really groundbreaking. Like, oh my god, like it's so like
yeah, but I guess he can still tell like
Yeah.
mastering
Yeah.
wise, like
So, like,
nonetheless,
When
like
you hear like the chorus, but you know chorus is supposed to sound very loud.
right.
The only thing I can hear is his vocals.
I think
His vocal arrangement is like the loud. Then when you hear the instrumental, it's like just sit at the back. But you can hear the detail is all mixed pretty good.
right.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not like the clarity.
I think you're
pushing out.
you're talking about the dynamics of the song.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's like it's kind of
You just need. to push
it's
it
soft,
out.
it's loud, it's
Yeah.
soft, it's like
I think he has a fair point.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
can- I
fair
can
point,
see I
fair
can
point.
see where you're coming from in mastering.
Yeah,
And like this is me as like a production idiot.
this is the part of the breakdown anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the whole production wise of it, mastering, I feel like it's okay for like a Spotify mix anyways. But then like if you're gonna talk about like compression stuff like that, it's like it could be a little bit tighter.
Yeah, it's like
my
it's
opinion.
squash.
Yeah, it's super. I think like give a break on the release lah. Like fuck, that tag like fucking hell.
Yeah, I heard.
But then like well on the flip side maybe that's what he wants. Maybe this is the sound that he wants.
Um,
Cause like I don't know like certain artists like feel like going for that kind of like brick wall
Oh, yeah.
compressor
Oh.
kind of sound. You know
Like-
what I mean? And that's also a vibe lah. And this
Right.
might be the vibe he's going for.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, that's-
Yeah.
You know what? And that's why we like to call artistic intent. So, I mean, shout out to you, JJ. Like, pretty good stuff for mix, but then like you could do better.
Yeah. Call me.
Hopefully, I'm not talking shit about VERTA because we record here. VERTA, don't
Oh,
Bro, later our podcast the mastering whack. Yeah.
mastering rabak, sia.
People listen to podcast, bro. The voice mastering fucked up. Dude.
Like Isaac in like 3D audio will just be at the back. So-
you just you'll be at the back, just listening you and judging.
like you just like
no, it's
guys,
like
hey,
bro, it'll be
podcast like-
our podcast has to be like binaural audio.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like straight up in your ear.
What you doing?
we're so sorry for that, guys. But anyways, yeah, like production wise, it's pretty good for a song like this, anyways. So
Right,
it's
right.
like yeah, criticisms here and there. But looks, any last words? So long and good night.
Okay, if you remove the mastering side or say for mixing wise,
Right.
the instrumental mix is super good. If you can just like hear the instrumental mix and just not focus on the vocals, right, it's actually pretty good. Pretty mixed well. But it's just brought down.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just lose you're not interested. You're just like, oh, I want to listen to the vocals.
You kind of lose a lot of
Yeah.
like how is it? You
The
kind of lose the experience when the dynamics is not as like great as you thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like because dynamics in a song is super important. Like
Yeah.
you know, you want to keep up that energy, you want to keep up that vibe. But then like sometimes it's even hard because like you're gonna squash everything, gonna limit everything super tight anyway. So
That's right.
yeah, so pretty good, I guess. See, like a 6 out of 10, like 6 out of 10.
No way, I think it's really solid, man. Like I would say it sounds good production wise.
Mm.
I give it like an 8.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
I'll give you like a 8.5.
Shout out to you. Hopefully I'm getting this. Like I said, hopefully I'm getting this right.
JJ,
now.
need help? Call me.
Anyways, we're gonna be moving on to the next song. Tranquil. You wanna take a listen?
Yeah, I gotta hear it again, man.
Sure thing, man.
This, I think it sounds like Leonard Susse's. Yeah. I don't know whether it is, but like it sounds like it. You know, do you guys get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
I get what you mean. Yeah. Because
And-
because like I think everybody knows like Leonard Susse's like mix is like it's very unique, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of mellow in a way. You
Right.
say like I think the songs that has this kind of like similar kind of experiences.
but little is not, yeah. Say only.
I say like the kind of like similar songs that I would quote this to is like Coming Up Roses, that kind of thing. Like it has a very like indie kind of thing, anyways.
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's I just think I like the first half, right? Like that,
Yeah.
that kind of matches that vibe. But then when you go into the solo, I just kind of wish there was a bit more power behind everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It seems it just seems like I'm being brought back to 2007 for some
right.
reason.
Yeah,
Like,
that sound like a like a you go bookstore, you put the CD inside. Kind of
Popular bookstore. Wow,
There you go.
there's legends. Mommy. So, anyways, but yeah, like it is a very signature sounding kind of mix. Hopefully, if I'm right, this is Leonard to say lah. If I'm not, then I'm fucked lah. Probably lose.
Then whoever did this, you sound like
you sound like Leonard
Leonard
Susay,
in this
bro.
mix. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a very like signature kind of sound that we all kind of know anyways.
Right.
So it's
right.
like it's for me, like I think like I've discussed already, the drums is like it's missing that edge.
Yeah.
Anyways, the guitars as well. The guitars. You're missing that edge. The solo part, well, fucking cheesy.
Yeah. And I also don't know like drums like is it like what the guy is playing, you know? Like,
Is he playing the kid or?
No, I mean like not like I mean like
Right.
what his choices.
The
Right,
way
right,
the
right.
drums
I-
arrangement is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
very
I feel-
progressive kind of.
Yeah, I feel like maybe if the drums were played a different way, this might work. I don't know.
Is it you're implying it's a very like how would I say, it's a very different approach to what the drummer might have intended in a way?
I wouldn't say so. I think this probably was how he wanted to sound. But
Right.
like, I'm just thinking aloud whether like perhaps like play a bit more muscly, if that makes sense, would have sounded
Yeah, yeah,
better, you know what I mean?
That's how progressive writing, progressive music is supposed to be
yeah.
lah. No, progressive rock. Because it usually would be like.
Hey,
very
this one post rock, not progressive. Progressive different. It's like, hey, the dynamic all different. Dude.
Suddenly
No.
become Mars Volta.
Yeah, that's why.
Suddenly like no, because I have the way they write it, it just reminds me of Periphery.
Right,
kind of thing.
right.
So I was
Yeah.
expecting that.
Hey, but Periphery's
the-
drums is like what, like fucking illegal to be that good, sir. I swear it's illegal to be that good.
The funny thing is, it's always on tempo, but even the way he changes it is also in between
Right.
song.
Yeah,
It just sounds good.
Because he drummer must on time, but
Yeah.
but some drummer not on time.
That's why.
They're hard, bro. They're all hard. Dude.
Jazz.
Free
That's
jazz. But yeah, like it's kind of like I said, it's kind of signature sounding in a way. Like I said,
Could be
yeah.
some drummers artistic.
Yeah, like I think just the solo section whack. Like,
yeah.
But like other than that, aye, good job, Tranquil. You know, it's okay.
Shout out to you, Tranquil, but that solo gotta go.
Yeah, man.
Take some inspiration from Dreambound, man. But anyways, Tragedy, Chasing Daylight. Wow, this one you got a lot of video. Don't need to even play the song.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. But play the song. This is Tragedy by Chasing Daylight.
Hey, enough. I don't hear that. Frankly speaking,
Haven't even make the 1 minute mark yet.
frankly speaking, production-wise, sounds alright. It sounds
Yeah.
alright. It sounds alright. It just song sucks. So like, like you cannot polish a third lah. You know what I mean? Production can be damn solid, but like GG
GG, dude. Like for real, like as much as I want to put like a neutral stand on this, is like it's great. It's
great.
Instrumental. You know, the mix is of course great lah. You know, like whoever mixed it is great. But then like you said, like can't polish a fucking third lah.
The person mixing I wonder how you.
In like you get paid, then okay lah. You know?
No lah, he had the Lord in him lah. He
Yes.
mixed it.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
like,
but then when you hear the rap version, I'm like, why is it?
it's like
How much better you think the song will be without the rap verse, in your opinion?
oh,
Will you like
without
it?
Without the rap version.
we get JJ on the song.
No, I think JJ will run out already on that.
Yeah. But what would you think if like, you know, if you didn't have the rap verse? Because
Without the rap version, would be not pretty good lah.
it would just sound like I said, like a Imagine Dragons cover band. Like honestly speaking.
Yeah. And-
Yeah.
But with the rap,
I
version,
feel
is it
like-
better?
I
With
feel
no,
like-
with or without, it already sounds like it.
I feel like the rap right took it from like a 4 out of 10 to like a 1.5 out of 10. Shit, like it was so bad. It was so bad that it just like docked like.
Oh,
trees.
dude, that's like a dog. That's
Yeah.
dog shit bad. Like,
This is really dog shit bad. I don't know. I just feel it's pretty bad. Like, and we gotta say it when things are bad. If not like you say.
no, you
like,
won't improve lah. Like
No, if not you like, imagine someone's like, oh, Singapore music I never hear before. What should I check? Then
The
you
first
see
impression.
Yeah. First impression, you get this kind of shit. Then like you turn off someone from local music forever, lah. You know, which I
Right,
think
right.
is-
Yeah.
which is the real tragedy. Yeah.
I mean, like you have bands like Saints of One Sinners. Shout out to you guys. Then you have the band Cactus Cactus. When you say lah, these guys are really pushing out the emphasis on local Singapore music. Then you got Forest, the classic. If you don't know Forest, then like, what the fuck?
Forest is like, I feel like it's one of those bands you need to experience live.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Because to be frank, like when I
Sure.
first heard them on the record, I'm just like, it's okay, whatever.
Yeah,
not my thing.
it's totally different on vinyl lah, for sure. Like I mean, like
Vinyl,
even-
really? I haven't heard them on vinyl, but
I mean, I kind of heard them like when there was a shop, I forgot, it was a white label. I forget already.
yeah, white label.
Yeah, white label.
Yeah.
Yeah. When like white label was still around, they
At
had,
Club Street there. lah.
yeah. They had like a whole vinyl thing. Then like the vinyl was there. So
Right.
I play lah. Over a nice.
But
drink.
what's different, like on Forest, on physical vinyl?
If I can tell you what's different, right? It's probably noisy and I'm probably drunk.
right,
It's probably you know what?
okay. Yeah, because I feel like Forest music, like good production is not the point. so you don't need it. You know?
I mean, anyways, like their artistry is like super like how is it energetic? This kind of thing is like it's super. You want to vibe and you want to mosh, anyways.
I really think like the crowd kind of thing plays a big part, and also like
For sure.
the anthemic kind of shit. Like
Right.
like I don't think I would like, when I was younger, I didn't think I would ever like go to a Forest show and like, you're the best. But then here we are now in like 2022. I've done that plenty
man.
of times. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just something
it's an
that
experience.
kind
swear.
of like magnetic about them live.
Right.
Yeah.
Like on record, I really don't think like they are that good. But like live, kind of like once you kena them live, then it's like a switch goes off in your brain.
Yeah. Like it's very infectious. Like when you see them live, like you must die, must mosh. Right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
if you don't mosh, then you like what the
Missing out, man.
Yeah, you're missing out, man. It's a party, man. But yeah, shout out to you, Forrest. But like, it's obviously like we all agree this song is a tragedy.
That's why.
It's a fucking tragedy. I swear. It's like,
Is that why they named it?
that's our most honest opinions, lah. But like, come on, lah. Like,
Okay, like, but it is what it is, you know.
It is.
But I just don't know how this got past people's, yeah. You know, like there has to be
no,
like,
how did it get past your press? Anyways,
no,
I'm just
but
curious.
it's like I know they have a label. Who signed them? Is it?
I
Is it
I do not
Fruits?
know. Fruits. Where is it?
Yeah, is it? Where are the fruits?
I
I don't know lah. But anyways, like whoever signed them, like
I mean, anyways, they're like they're an indie collective anyway. So like it's they hold pretty much like well-known names anyways. So like these guys are
no, I'm just saying like, who the fuck approved this? You know what I mean? Like,
a fucker. We will find you. We will find you.
kita kena outside kena beats, yeah, like chasing daylight. Like, you know, like, no, but I just like,
Nah.
yeah, I just, you know,
Isaac does not approve, and it's fine.
if you guys make bangers in the future, I'll be very happy lah. That's all I'm saying lah.
Don't send
I'm
Isaac.
not, like, I'm
Don't
not,
send Isaac shit, dude. Like for real.
No lah. Like, yeah lah. I just like, I'm rooting for you guys also. You know, it's not like.
I mean, we're all about like supporting the local scene anyway.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
the
like
song sucks, so.
we'll fucking tell you lah. Like if the
We'll
song
give
is
you
good, we
feedback.
give you good lah.
Yes.
You know, but like it can be better, lah. Like,
Right,
you know.
okay, then that's that lah. I think.
That's that lah. Anyways, and now we've come to the end of the first half of the show. So we have a few songs lined up for you, courtesy of Lokes. Lokes has extremely good music taste. I hope.
Look, so you line up.
Lokes, your break music.
Is this live?
Bring
Like,
music.
No,
or
no,
is
no.
it
It's,
recorded?
it's not like it's
Alright.
recorded. If it's live, then like it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
Chasing daylight on the live stream, like, bruh.
all these motherfuckers, I swear.
People like to judge.
But yeah, anyways, we hope you enjoy the first half of the show. Don't go away. Better don't go away.
Better not.
Tell your mother.
Better come back.
Anyways, we'll be going for the break. We'll see you around later. Welcome back. to the show.
Part 2.
Part 2 of part 6. Oh no, with technical difficulty.
No,
anyways,
we're back.
we're back. We're live.
back.
Anyways, welcome back from the break. We hope you've enjoyed the songs that Logs has specifically picked out for you. But anyways, we're gonna be moving on to some topics and conversations. But before that, we're gonna execute interview with Isaac
Right.
from Big Duck
That's me.
and something else.
Something else.
Something
Yeah.
something else. But anyways, Isaac,
Yes.
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
In
so,
real life. In the flesh.
in
Face to
in the
face.
flesh.
Even
In the
though
fucking
it's
flesh.
safety distance.
Of course, for sure. Like, for
1
sure.
meter.
1 meter, man? Or
meter,
no,
what?
One arm's length.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Isaac a little bit more, and then we're going to be moving on to the TCS, also known as the Talk Cock session. So, you have the topics, are gigs and concerts overrated? And then we have the next one, what makes a show, an event memorable? And then the last one, how to support local properly. How do you support?
That's what we're starting with, these 3 questions.
No, we're going to be moving
Oh,
on
is
to
that like later?
the later.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so we're moving on to the interview section with Isaac from Big Duck. I've already repeated the fucking. Anyways,
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Okay, bye.
no. He deserves that, lah. Anyways, Isaac. So, what do you do, man?
Right now, I'm still trying to get my degree at LaSalle.
Shout out to you, LaSalle.
I'm doing arts management in my second year.
Yep.
I run Big Duck, which is why I'm here. So we did gigs prior to the pandemic.
Right.
Now we still do gigs if we get to, but it's a lot harder.
Right.
And we do editorial coverage of music, independent music across Southeast Asia. Whatever music excites us, we try and cover. Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit more of like the repertoire that you have with artists? Like who have you interviewed with that you really like? Those highlight moments, lah. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
I think like one standout interview for me was this profile piece I worked with on my editor JX.
Right.
So we did this on Kelvin Tan. So he's the guitarist from the 90s indie rock band Oddfellas. Yeah, so that was very inspiring because you see this like 57, 58-year-old man and he's like, bruh, you gotta listen to Black Midi. Then like, what the hell? What is old man telling me about Black Midi? That's crazy, you know? Yeah, so it's very inspiring to see like how he can be like at that age.
Right.
Still don't quite understand technology, but constantly like exploring.
He's very updated in the scene.
Yeah. He's always trying to like, and he's always trying, and you know, he has like over 150 like solo albums, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's insane to me. Like he just really loves music, and he just make whatever weird stuff. He wants to make spoken word, improv kind of shit.
He's not afraid to dive into like the many aspects. of
Yeah.
art
He
anyways.
just makes music because music is like breathing to him, and that was a very inspiring conversation I had.
Right.
Like and writing that profile piece and telling his story. Like he even opened up with this story which he hasn't told anyone before, and even shared pictures of. He played in North Korea, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. What? At that point of time, fucking Kim Jong-il or whatever, like invited, like they tried to get like a musician from each country for like cultural exchange.
Right.
Then for some fuck reason, he got invited. So like
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he opened up about that, showed us the pictures and like told us like some of the guys actually disappeared. Yeah, the other country musicians like
What
disappeared, didn't get to go home.
fuck?
Yeah, so like I mean like this kind of thing, like it's just sick to be able to like interview someone who I guess played a big part in forming like what Singapore music is today. You know, like
right.
because I would say the Oddfellas were like luminaries for like true independent DIY rock music in Singapore. Because before that was the government like. Because they started in the late 80s. Before that was the government clamped down on all kinds of like music, you know, live music, all because they were afraid of like drug culture.
Right.
That's why you have like stories like Led Zeppelin being turned away for long hair. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So like I guess like it's just dope to see him carry forward that spirit when so many other of his contemporaries seem to be jaded. You know. Yeah.
I mean, like the culture in Singapore in terms of music has been always like, it's difficult in a way. Especially as an aspiring musician back in those times, but now it's more acceptable to be within the spectrum of like doing stuff that you like.
Right.
Even though there's like obviously regulations that you have to follow anyways. So in terms of that, like, how did Big Duck started off, man?
Well, yes. This one I think I've told this story many times. We're just gonna tell again.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like, so this was 2019. My then band, the Intimate Friends, auditioned for Baby's budding bands.
Right.
Right, we didn't get in. And like, but after the audition, we were sitting down having like lunch with like all the other budding bands, or,
Right.
like aspiring budding bands, and we just having conversation like, bro, why you don't get in? I don't get in, Like, hey, bro, we make our own babies, like, and then that was just like some like, haha, whatever, right?
Right,
But then we actually didn't get in. So we got in touch with all these bands that got rejected. And I was like, bruh, you know, like I wanted to call it Baby Rejects or something like that, right? We just do a small gig just for ourselves,
Right,
just for
right.
fun. But Chester came up with the genius name, Nabeats.
Shout out to you, Chester.
Yeah, so Chester is So it was me, Chester, and this guy named Jamin.
Right.
He had a band called China Jam Reunion. He's somewhere in New Zealand or Korea or some shit now.
Right.
Because he couldn't like get his PR. So Jamin, hope you're doing okay, man.
Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to you, man.
Miss you. Yeah, so there's three of us. We just put together the show at Lift, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then
I think
like,
I was there, but then like I don't think we met during that time. But I
Right,
was there, like,
yeah.
I was there during
So
Nabeats.
like we just kind of like clown Baby's for like the months, like few months leading up to it. Like we just like take their social posts, then we Photoshop it into Nabe's version, you know, or just like any like establishment at that time, which was like a for music by the government or an establishment.
Right.
We'll be like, haha, you know, like Nabe's version.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's more of like a very satirical kind of thing.
Yeah.
going
Like
on.
we're just trying to like poke fun at the idea that like, you need to have like legit support to do music, but actually no, you have everything you need to do music, you know.
Dude, you can make
Yeah.
music just from your bedroom, man. You don't even need like government support. But
Yeah, exactly. But like the impression is like oh, you want to play and you want to make it, you need to do noise. You need to
it's like the
maybe-
step-by-step
I
program
guess,
lah.
yeah, I guess like that was what a lot of people's impression, and mine included, was when I was a lot younger.
Right.
But Nabeats kind of opened my eyes to like DIY, like truly being DIY. So we just like clown Baby's, like, but in nice, not
right.
like not like fuck you baby, but more like just clown them lah, cause like, you know, like it's funny lah. And
I
then
mean, Nabeats is very synonymous with the scene. Anyways, it's like if you haven't heard of Nabeats,
it's like ground up, you know.
Yeah.
And then I mean I heard Esplanade were pretty pissed, like at the start. There was this time I met Leonard Susie at Escape Show. Right. Then he
Right.
come up to me, Isaac. I was like, oh hi, hey Leonard Susie, right? Nice to meet you. Then he's like, Isaac, you know, last time they beat you, I want to beat you, you know. Then after that, suddenly he turns to me and says, but now I love you, or some shit like that. I was just like, what? Like,
I mean, Leonard Susie is well known for being very chill, very
Yeah,
laid back kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But then, like, if he's on the ball with stuff, you know, like,
yeah, so that was quite hilarious to know, like, you know, him as a Baby's judge was kicked
Yeah.
off then.
Yeah.
But then, like, after they see like the intent, they're like whatever, right?
I mean, like, they knew how to take a joke, in a way.
Then Nabeats was a big success because I guess the clowning worked lah. So people had to come and see what all this Navy shit is about, you know.
I mean, like it's like a household name for like every like scene kid out there, lah. If you haven't heard of Navies, then like
I don't know about household name lah.
No,
We
like,
literally only had one show.
I mean, no, Navies.
2020 no more already.
No.
2021 no more.
I mean, like I'm putting on the implication that Navies really put out the emphasis on like if you can't make it through the the government way,
yourself,
do it
right?
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
That's
screams
the
a lot.
idea lah.
Yeah.
We just had so much fun doing that because I remember like, I just go for underground shows lah. It's the normal. Like every weekend I'll be at underground show. I was
Yeah.
in NS then, so
Yeah,
I thought I go, drink or whatever,
Yeah.
and meet my friends. Then like after like I remember like some math rock gig, I get everyone come out of the venue and take photo outside the venue.
Right,
Yeah, like,
right.
After take photo, I'm like, guys, wait. Then I film them. Guys, say Navy. Say 1, 2, 3, Navy. Put out the IG story and tag Esplanade all.
Right.
And then like we go to bars, like my friend, like one of my old friends, Marcus, used to work in Free House.
Yeah.
Right? So like we go to free house and then we just drink until like fuck, and then got a Nabits poster, we just post there, you know, like, and then like just like wherever all the jamming studio all kena, or like you know like when you go to Beast to set up your guitar,
Right.
you go to Beast like, hey Beast, can I post this poster? Can? And then the fucking Nabits was there until like I think until we moved out from his that basement. spot, you know?
Right.
So like I don't know, that was just a lot of fun. Like I didn't take it too seriously, but it was like very liberating for me, I guess, because at that point of my life I didn't have a lot going for me. You know, like I was in NS, I was in Tekong as a sergeant, but like, kind of like I was really struggling lah.
Right.
And I was quite down, but Nabits gave me something to look forward to every day, you know, because I can do some clown post, do some Photoshop, and there was the show as well. Like I was looking forward to play with my band, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've said, like maybe it has really put on like this impact to Singapore's like culture of like DIY music in a way, because like I said, like the whole culture of it is like having fun, you know, doing it for yourself, that kind of thing. If you can't play a show like officially, shit, organize your own show, man. It's fun, you know.
I don't know about like Nabits itself being like so influential lah, but I do think like it did empower quite a lot of people, like at least in our immediate circle that came for the show to like be like, yeah, I wanna try and put on my own shows. I wanna just make music because I can, you know. No, like I don't need approval of a committee or funding or whatever. I can just
You're just playing it for the hell of it, like.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, like you can sort of imagine that like the sort of like the networking that happened during the show, because like you go to a show, you spread the message, hey, I'm playing a gig, man. Then it spreads out, you know. It's like a domino effect, like it just covers the whole wide aspect of like the scene. And everybody who showed up, shout out to you. And everybody who showed up for the show, like they shared the same passion and like message that you were putting out, like in a way. Is that accurate to say? They shared the same idea of like, we just want to have fun. We don't want to go to a show and like feel like very claustrophobic in a way.
I do think people just want to let loose.
Yeah.
And like I guess one big lesson or one takeaway, like, you know, for any aspiring musicians or whatever shit, is like, I mean, now COVID's a bit hard, but like, no one ever gets anywhere by just keeping to yourself or being cool or whatever. You know, I mean, like, I'm sure you can make it that way, but you know, people are much more inclined to be open-minded about your music.
Right.
You go to your shows. If you go to their shows and you have a bloody good time, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what helped a lot was like just like shows were like my bread and butter.
It's just the emphasis on fun.
Yeah, just wanting to go to a show because it felt right, you know, like everything in my life could be shit, but hey, I'm at a show, I have a beer, you know, like, and that's like the best feeling in the world. Yeah, and I miss that terribly.
Oh man. I mean, and then this also sparked out the idea of Big Duck for sure.
Right.
So how did Big Duck sort of take off after the Nabits era?
Yeah, sorry, long story. So
it's okay.
So
no
from Nabits, like we did another show called Shiny Fest.
Right.
Which basically we're clowning Shine Fest. You know? So once we were done,
if you haven't figured it out,
once we were done with that, and because that show was kind of mixed, so we had we tried to scale it up. We did 2 days instead of 1 day.
Right.
And then so the first day was a mix, kind of like a more rojak show. We had rappers, we had bands and whatnot. We had bands I really like. So we had Odd Blood, we had Sun Eater. And then we had rappers, which was YHB and Ahmad Johnson. So that was a lot of fun, but not a lot of people turned up except for the rappers. You know. So but the second day was just the pure garage rock lineup, which is Bad Dot, CB Dot,
right.
Nightingale. So what I learned was, I guess, the importance of like focused curation, or like being able to like tap each band's fan base and energy to kind of like make them like synergize and how to draw a crowd. So I mean. Anyways, after Shiny Fest, we were like, you know what, we're done clowning around, because like, hey, like we realized like, hey, we can actually do this, we can actually make a profit, and we can actually pay bands, we can actually make dream shows happen, you know. So the first dream show I wanted to work on was the MHC show, which you
that's where I met him.
Yeah, which you worked on as well. But in between, like Gabriel, the CB Dog guy, he wanted to do his own show. So he made that happen, which is just basically a rehash of the Shiny Day 2. The CB Dog's headline show at Roadhouse, which is like also another crazy show. he did that lah. So that one actually my involvement was minimal because I was stuck in NS. And then I just gave him the brand, you know.
Right.
We established Big Duck as like kind of like like we got this curator and we're gonna make these shows happen. But I didn't want to be stuck in this punk rock, garage rock kind of like thing
Right.
that people are associating with. So
Right.
I was really thinking forward like about the MHC show. Yeah, so I always go back to New Year's Eve 2017 at Blue Jazz. That is the best show I've ever been in my life. And like like-
R.I.P. Blue Jazz, man.
they're still live, you know?
I mean, like they don't play the live music anymore because of like
COVID lah,
Yeah
yeah.
lah. I mean, at
RIP the whole fucking Singapore, bro.
I mean, like they not lose their music license.
They lost it, they got it back, then COVID struck. So,
Oh, man.
tragedy. But it's still around. That's the
Yeah.
important part. But anyways, like Blue Jazz, that show was really like a big a part of my formative years. Like that is the perfect show to me. Like they had 3 floors. You know, like Blue Jazz, they got the 3 floors lah.
Yeah.
Then like so like bottom floor you had like Space Days, you had Stopgap, you had Forest. Second floor you had all the Adigo DJs. Third floor you had like Fox, Jasmine
Right.
Soko, MHC. So like that's the first show I came out.
So big names
Like-
in the scene, man.
Yeah, just good music, you know.
Right.
Like big names or not, it's just good music and just like the crowd all was like, you know, vibes lah all night. And you just drink beer and then like you there from like 10 plus until like suddenly 4 a.m. But yo, like that's the first time I saw a show, and like I caught Fox, like he came on to do a song with MHC to sing lah. One of the tracks he did with Omar last time. I cried, yeah, you know, like really like it touched me in like the music touched the depths of my soul lah. I fucking like you know like breaking down like
Right.
cause like the music was so beautiful and like that really connected to me at the point of time in my life.
Right.
So I want to replicate that kind of feeling, that kind of energy, that kind of like community in every gig I did moving forward lah. So when like you know like realizing what I could do after Shiny, that's what I tried to make the MHC show. Then subsequently the Hulk show,
Yeah.
even though that one was not too crazy.
It's more of a laid back.
Yeah, it's more like we tried to make it like a vibe. And then like
right.
the last show we did before COVID hit, which was the Quite Quiet show.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm always chasing that kind of like that perfect energy in the venue, that kind of like perfect community, that kind of like you can just let loose, you can just be yourself and that's okay, you know. Yeah, so and that's that's my approach with shows like that's how Big Duck became Big Duck with regards to shows like branding wise. The name Big Duck came about because after we finished Shiny, we count the money and it was like, bro, we big fuck already, bro. Big fuck, bro. Then you're like, oh, we need a name. Cannot be Big Fuck Private Limited, right?
Big Duck
So,
lah.
just
I mean, like it seems that like you start like I say, you started from the bottom. Now you're here.
Right.
But then like you have a lot of like moments of improvement for sure.
Right.
But you have a lot of things that you will learn over the days of like you know making shows, like running shows especially.
Yeah.
And like you have this like this hype up energy that like it's very contagious.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like best way to learn is to do. So
For sure.
I've done a lot of doing lah.
So like I mean like from the start, I mean coming out as like a satirical kind of like you know show organizer kind of thing, and then like you really pushed out to be much more of like a professional per se, but then like you're having like this very like very hyped up energy, this like a brother moment, this kind of thing lah.
Right.
Like you wanna have like the friendliness that you sort of like push out to an audience anyways. Like you wanna be like that kind of like this guy that's like, hey, if you wanna run a show, you gotta pick Isaac.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Thank you. I think it's about just really loving what you do and loving what you book lah. So like
Yeah.
everything that I book is cause like I really believe, you know, and like I really want to hear that live. I really want to hear these artists together live
Right.
because that would maybe get me close to the same high I had at New Year's
Right.
Eve 2017, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that people have like understood that or shared that energy there, you know. And like I do think like we were talking before like the show, like a lot of people perceive me as a drunk idiot. But like I don't know, I think that's part of the experience. Like
It
like
is.
getting drunk and then being in the immersing yourself. Because like, I do think like music is like I was talking to Fox recently
Shout out to you, Foss.
Yeah, I just went down like because I haven't seen him in a long time. I haven't seen him in like almost a year. So I just went down to say hi, drop him a Christmas present, whatever. Then we were just having a long conversation about music, and he's just like when you're not listening to music critically, or like when he when you're not listening to music critically, then you're listening to music to lose yourself in it. You know? And I do like think it's a very beautiful thing to just get lost in music.
Right.
And be lost with other people, and not lost because you want to hide from something, not lost because you you don't want to deal with reality, but just like because it's like
It's part of you, you know.
yeah, and then you just kind of transcend to this kind of like plane where it's like nothing matters but you, your friends, drinks, and like just like appreciating like the kind of shit that's going around, the energy of the artist, yeah. I don't know.
It seems like you're always chasing for this like this high, and you're hoping that one day you'll really struck to the fact that like you can always be like, every gig is that same high, is that same thing that you want to achieve. So you've set,
It's not so much like of a high, because I think like a high is like
is it a standard that you've set for yourself?
I wouldn't say I'm chasing a high, but like even though I think I used the words earlier, but more like the inspiration. You know what I mean? Like you go to a good show, you get inspired.
For sure.
Yeah.
After the good show, after that you have so much fun, you feel good. You wanna go for another one. You wanna go pick up your guitar. You wanna go open up your door. You wanna just make something. Cause
Right.
you're like, shit, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh
with,
man,
like
the many times that has happened to me personally. Oh my god, yeah, dude.
right.
Sure.
So like imagine that could happen every weekend.
Right.
Imagine you could be at a show that opens your mind a bit every weekend. Imagine like people are just having conversations every weekend about like oh wow, that's dope. Like why don't we try something like that? Like, people are starting bands. People are coming to shows. That's just the dream is that kind of like scene, right?
yeah.
But I mean like now COVID, so
Yeah. I mean, regardless even if COVID didn't exist, I'm sure you would have put out the same energy, the same passion, and the same standard that you hold yourself and your team to be like always putting out very high tier shows in a way.
and also I think it's important to like push for underrepresented stuff also. You know, like don't just go for the common answer. You just don't just book Forest because they can sell that kind of
Right,
thing, you know.
right.
I do think there is kind of like an art in like booking who you can pull and who can take that pool and make something out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean my aspirations kind of like prior to COVID and still now is kind of like connecting like Southeast Asia. Like I think there's so many dope Malaysian bands.
Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
like-
sure, man.
There's also like great artists from Philippines actually.
Yeah,
dude.
Philippines, Indonesia, just Southeast Asia alone.
Mm.
Thailand, it's just enough. Like we can have like a touring circuit or like set up like touring circuit of sorts. Just bringing in bands here and having our bands go and play where and like cross pollinate fan bases have this scene like
Yeah.
So
like in a way it's like it's creating a community of like very common minds. All this kind of thing, you know,
just like.
having fun.
Yeah, and just having that space, because like I mean, like for me, I used to go to shows like every weekend or like every other weekend. I don't know. Some shows are just like being empty or like,
Right.
like kind of like subpar and lame. But like I would like to have like full shoulder to shoulder, everyone's hype kind of shows with
Not just
new
everybody just like
with
standing.
new like exciting ideas coming out every weekend. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's with all that energy and everything, it's not, in a way, it's like it's tough to really regulate all this kind of like work and play together.
Right.
And like it comes to the fact where like, do you get sort of like very exhausted from creating these experiences? Because it must be tiring to create a show, then create all these like artists together in one go. And like does it tire you out from time to time?
Like to be frank, I don't think I've done it long enough before COVID struck to like really know like my limits with regards to that. But I do know like when I'm doing my editorial work, when I'm doing reviews, profiles, editing,
Right.
like and the social media stuff, kind of like building community from there.
Right.
Like I do get burnt out. It's really fulfilling work. I really enjoy seeing artists that I love get the coverage, or like being able to see some coverage, being able to start some discourse and discussion about the music. But it's tiring lah. Like
For sure.
like you're just sitting down on the computer and trying to bang out something. Like you get writer's block, whatever.
Yeah.
And after Baby, it's like last year's like our Big Duck stage.
Yeah.
I just died, man. Like that's why we realized we haven't done anything.
Yeah.
The past 2 months. Like we're trying to, we're getting it out slowly now. But like we get like that just killed all my energy lah. Cause like Like that was such a massive effort because organizing
For sure.
a show of Esplanade is very different, and during COVID times,
Yeah.
no less, is very different from organizing an independent show. Because independent show, like you want to get something done, you just do.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
like okay, we need this, we get this.
Yeah.
We need to check with this artist this, we just check with the artist this.
Yeah.
We wanna put up posters, you just make the poster.
Yeah.
Esplanade, everything has to go through checks and balances. Your money need to come in from somewhere.
Yeah.
You need to get approval for this lineup, you get approval for this design. So that was a very tiring process. I mean, but the Esplanade team has been so accommodating and so patient with us, and they really trusted our vision. So I really give them that. They just gave us the money. They said, do whatever the fuck you want. And we did our damn best, and I'm very proud of the show. But they just took the life out of me, because we did the show on Sunday. The next day,
Yeah, for
Monday,
sure. Yeah, lah, that's
the
why.
whole day I'm in bed, bro. Cannot even move.
I think that was also very synonymous with everybody that was part of the show. Because like after that Sunday, wow, you come back Monday, what dates?
Yeah, and like thank God, like I'm on a school holiday, you know. No, I'm not working on it.
Yeah. I mean, like Big Dog really put out the emphasis on like a lot of like having fun shows with like really good names, and then you're always playing for the little guy in a way. So like you're always pushing out for artists that are undiscovered, these guys that are like really pushing out their work, but they don't really get the marketing there. But then like you really pick out these guys, you really give them an opportunity, and I respect you for that, because like it's hard to come out like in a way where it's like you wanna succeed as a musician, but then like you don't have the know-how and all these things. But then you have the knowledge of like bringing up these names and like giving them opportunities, giving them shows, these kind of things, and like it adds to their knowledge of like, hey, you know what? Like if one day like let's say Paisia, like Big Dog like don't have right, they at least know like maybe one day I could be a show organizer too.
Right.
It spreads the message lah. I mean like it spreads all this like this idea of like if you weren't for him, you know, that kind of thing. Like
I don't know lah. I do feel like me and the Big Duck team are very indebted to all the other organizers that came before us. You know, like it's not like I do feel like I don't think our impact would be like so big if like we didn't see
if it weren't for
like
the previous names.
Yeah. So like the Aether sessions, Jjdroy
Right.
was doing that. That was great. That was very inspiring to me. Then there was I forgot the names now. Like it's been so long, you know.
Yeah.
Like the parties and gigs that Middle Class Cigars did, that is so instrumental and kind of like, you know, just creating this kind of like you can't miss out on this kind of vibe, you know. Like if you're not here, you're fucking missing out, and like that's on
Right.
you know.
Right.
That's like it's insane. Like I remember earlier you were talking about White Label. Like there was one stop show at White Label.
Yeah.
Limited capacity.
That was the Christmas show, I think.
Yeah, the Christmas show, and that was like crazy. People were like begging to get in, and outside
Right,
the venue,
right.
trying to sneak in, and like I didn't have a ticket. I snuck in through the toilet, you know, like, and that was amazing.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you know, without these guys, like I don't think like Big Duck would be anywhere. And same for editorial side. If there was no Live in Arpeggio, if there was no early bandwagon, if there's then we just won't be able to like.
So
do
if
all
it basically
that
if it
we do.
weren't for these guys, Big Dog wouldn't have been.
Yeah, we won't be able to, because there's no kind of like template. There's no kind of like you know, like we really learn from the successes and the mistakes from
For sure.
all those that came before us. Yeah.
For sure. And I mean, like, I was emphasizing on the fact that like you've definitely had a lot of moments where you feel like, oh, there's some improvements I can make, all this kind of thing, all these things that you've learned from the past, from making all these previous gigs, and you always want to make shows that are bigger and bigger and bigger, that kind of thing. So that's the direction that I'm sure you're pushing for.
Right.
In a way. So like you're bringing out this idea of like it's never too late to always learn something new in terms of like pushing out shows.
I do think there's just like it's never late to learn something new. Period. I don't think that is just has to be shows. So
Facts.
yeah. So I mean, but the best teacher is just doing and failing, I guess. So just do.
Get drunk and do it.
Yeah. So
No, no.
like honestly, right? Like in 2019, like the one thing I wanted the most at that point of time was to get into fucking Babies, right? With my band.
That's the
Yeah.
goal for like every band. in
Yeah,
Singapore.
because
Get
I just
Babies.
wanted to play Babies.
Yeah.
I just want to put out that the songs with that band. But
And hey, I mean like
But-
your
but-
band made the Babies cut.
no,
I
but
know,
I'm
I
talking
mean-
about then.
Oh, back then, yeah.
Back
yeah,
then,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that was the peak of it all. But the best thing to happen to me, ironically, is getting rejected. Because that opened the doors to everything I'm doing now. Even my degree, arts management, is because of all the work I've done with Big Duck. You know, even I won't even know what I want to study. When I was in NS, I was so lost. I was like, bro, I got the most shit grades in the world.
Right.
You know, yeah, like, and I just don't know what the fuck I want to do in my life, like, you know. But like, you know, just being rejected from Bay Beats, honestly, is the best thing to happen in my life.
So in a way, rejection has sort of taught you that like the humbleness that you sort of like uphold as of now is like it teaches you a lot that you can learn from your mistakes, and then you sort of like build up from that foundation, and then
Yeah,
you
I
are
guess.
where you are now.
I don't know about humbleness. I like to brag a lot, like, but like,
But I mean, like in every circumstance of the way, like you sort of like you bring out a very humble kind of vibe. So you like so you know like you have this sort of like direction that like
you say that, and then I tell everyone like Cactus Cactus best band in Singapore.
No, like, I mean, like in a way, like you're very humble in terms of like your work kind of thing, like your editorial kind of stuff. Even though like yeah, what we reviewed earlier was utter dog shit. It's like some of it was good, yeah, but then like it takes a very like honest figure to sort of like give out that image of like very humbleness kind of thing. Because like even though you failed, like you got rejected, you didn't give up. Then you kept pushing on, which is super rare for like most individuals anyway.
I don't know. Like, I think I'm very blessed that my rejection was in a way that spurred me on, and was in a way that was easy for me to kind of stomach and grow, you know?
Because I mean, like in an alternate reality, you could have just like been rejected and then like you didn't do anything, and then you're just stuck wondering like, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life?
But I do feel also like, you know, when you love music that much, it's like you just want to make music. Lah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, I don't think there's any reality.
You're not doing it. You're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it for the fame. You're just doing it because of music, that kind of thing. I
Yeah.
mean, some people have like very different directions on it. Like,
And
you
that's
know,
okay.
Yeah, it's okay, man. Like music is dynamic like that. So like it brings out a lot of like opportunities for everybody else anyways.
Right.
So like you could either be a musician, you could be a show organizer, or it could be both. Which is what you are.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like moving on to the next question, like being a show organizer as well as a musician, how's that like?
Means if I can do a show, I put myself inside. Lah.
Right. So like
No, but I purposely stay away from that
okay.
at Bay Beach, like last year.
That's right.
Cause like, you know, it's like this is the first show we're organizing and
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I put my own band, like, it's damn cock, dude.
Like fucking paiseh, yeah. Like
yeah.
you
But
know?
anyways, like, I knew like we were fucking good, so I was like, you know what, just audition. You get in anyway. and then yeah lah, I just organized my show as how I would do the best.
Right.
Like, organize the best show possible.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, like being a musician as well as a show organizer, it has like very two different like polar opposites. You know, it's like it's super different. One, you have to figure out how to write songs, and then you have to figure out how to write about a song, that kind of thing. Like you have to talk about
Right.
it. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like super polarizing in a way.
I wouldn't say it's polarizing. It's just like different skill set.
Yeah. I mean, like how would you manage that? How do you manage that?
I'm quite lucky because I only really started like music journalism vibe things. I wouldn't even call myself a music journalist, but I
Right.
only started like, you know, dipping my toes in that when Big Duck started the website lah. Because when COVID struck, then I was like, fuck, you know, like there are no shows, man. We can't do
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
We had this show we had planned, we had to cancel everything.
Yeah.
But I just thought like it'd be dope to have like a Pitchfork-esque Anthony Fantano vibe kind of like blog lah, where like, you know, initially the scope
Right.
was a lot smaller. Just like, you want to write about music, just come to my blog and just write about music, whatever. You know, I don't care.
It's like
it's
the soft.sg kind of
no,
thing.
not like soft lah. Like it's like like stuff that people actually want to read.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So like the like articles like the Yeah's like 20th anniversary or whatever. Then like this writer wrote about like how the Yeah's formed her formative years, showed her that girls can rock too. That kind of piece, like that inspired me. That's the direction I was going for at the start. But eventually, for some reason, we started doing reviews. Then reviews became the most popular thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and then like I thought like for the longest time, I also my big issue with Singapore's like underground music culture is like this kind of like scared to say, you know, paiseh, I don't know, like if it's lousy, you just say, oh, it's not for me. And, like, but I really feel
Yeah.
like sometimes you just need to start that conversation, you know, like if I can come up and I can say like bro, your song is dog shit. And like, but you understand that I'm saying that your song is dog shit, not you are dog shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And you understand that. That's just my opinion. And you can still believe that your
Yeah.
song is the best thing in the world and stand by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that's what builds scene also, lah. You know, like having that. And like, that's why I think it's very important, like, we try and make it very clear. We even had to have a disclaimer post because people get angry.
Chasing daylight
Yeah.
right now is writing angry email.
No. I'm sure they're cool. I'm sure they're cool. But I remember like
Writing
when we
an
were
angry
doing like bad reviews and stuff like on Big Dog, we did get like long ass texts, like paragraphs. Like
Damn.
like-
Okay.
Like, how can you do this? You know, we work so hard. You know, what you write in the review, not the intention of my song, that kind of stuff. You know.
Oh,
So
okay.
like we just got that kind of stuff, and then like we had to put out a disclaimer where it's just like, guys, this is just our opinion,
Yeah.
and you know that it comes from a constructive place and spirit. Because
for sure.
I mean, like earlier, like I just shit on stuff like, cause like
It's constructive criticism.
I mean, like it's just
you
like
know.
like I don't know about earlier whether it was constructive. It was just like very off the hooks. But you know, if I'm writing a review, if I'm
Right.
sitting down to write a review, or if I'm or someone that I trust is writing a review and I have to edit it, or JX has to edit it, we always make sure like it is never personal. It's never like targeted like fuck this guy, and it's always just purely about the music, what's good or what's bad, and
Yeah.
and why. And there always has to be like evidence. Like you have to back up
Sure.
if you can back up your opinion, then fine, your review can be up on the site. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's very important, like, and I guess like having that also like was start conversations. Like if not, people don't talk about it. Well, you know what I mean? Like if it's just okay or it sucks, and then like people just like, oh, it's not for me, and then that's the death of that song.
Right.
But like, say someone drops something polarizing, and then people are like, this is complete dog shit. But the people that really like it will be like, no, it's not dog shit, and there's a conversation.
Yeah.
Like that keeps the song alive, you know, and that
Yeah.
kind of creates like kind of like this kind of like
Yeah.
culture of like being aware about music and being like thinking about music to
Yeah,
listen to,
yeah.
rather than just kind of like
Agree.
okay, I like this, then I'll listen to this. I don't like, I don't listen to it. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that's why we started Shit I Do at Work, because we wanted to create a conversation with like opinions on songs which are like not really biased in a way.
Right.
Because like we want to create like this sort of like open kind of forum kind of thing where we can have
Right.
like different opinions and different takes on it. Because like if you're gonna just have a song where we review all the songs that we like, then it's like it's just like a fucking circle jerk off lah. Like fucking
Yeah,
up.
I do think like
Yeah.
curation is important as well.
For sure,
Like, you
yeah.
have to kind of like suss out like who is serious about music, you know, like
Yeah.
who really put in the work and who has potential.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to just cover any Tom, Dick, or Harry. Like
Yeah lah, yeah
suddenly
lah,
you gonna all these like expat bands, you know, like that kind of stuff is like don't waste our time, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, either ways, like this, like I said, this point of the show, we always like want to dive into many different aspects of like genres and all these kind of things. And then like, I mean, for us, we have a very acquainted feel with like metal, this kind of thing, all these guitars
Right,
and
right.
kind of thing. So we love that shit personally. But like sometimes like some songs we review like a bit like too cheesy, this kind of thing.
Right,
And then
right.
we give our most honest opinions.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I love to hear. And that's why I'm glad you guys are doing this, because
Yeah.
that is the same ethos we carry at Big Dog. And like, you know, regardless of genre, you can do some like bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
You can do some like
You fucking put
bullshit
auto-tune,
lah.
dude.
No, you can do like stuff like ambient music, right?
Yeah.
Which I totally don't get. But I will get a writer who loves ambient music and understands the genre to
Right.
critique your work properly.
Right.
You know, like if I can lah, because like that's dope lah. And then like
Sure.
I guess people can read it and form their own opinions, or people can get exposed to
Yeah.
kind of like more dope shit around lah, you know.
Yeah,
And like and when you have this kind of like system where like you're just being blunt and you and like, you know, people can trust your opinion to a certain extent because you can back it up. Then when you have a good review, when say this slaps, right? Like Big Dog, we have this slaps.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
label, which is like the really good stuff, you get slaps. You know, when a song gets a slaps, you know that shit fucking slaps.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like, cause I've read reviews from Big Dog as well. Cause like, I mean, I really love the parts where you sort of go a little bit critical in sort of like the sort of technicalities of the song, this
Right.
kind of things, and then the direction that you sort of like see the artist sort of take. But then like some. As you mentioned, like some artists will send you like long paragraphs of like you go,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking like.
But I think that
whining.
comes with the
It comes with the territory. And like, I mean, like, you've definitely had to you have to develop a thick skin in terms of like handling conversations like this. If not, you're just gonna be like a fucking pussy writing edits. Yeah, I mean, which is something that cannot happen lah.
Right.
Because like music in itself is already a subjective opinion. Like people
Yeah.
can think like ambient music is like fucking amazing lah.
Right.
And then some people can think pop punk is the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's super subjective to a point where like you have to juxtapose a sort of like position where you have to like it cannot be biased. So you know what? Yeah, get people who really know the song to critique it, which is what you've done, and like which is really cool. I mean, like you don't really see the need. Like if it's any song that I hear, then like if it's dog shit, I'm gonna say it's dog shit.
Yeah, I do think like you can never be 100% unbiased. You know.
Yeah, of course lah.
So
Sure.
it's just about being very clear about your position. Where like,
Yeah.
this is just how I feel about the song, and I guess I'm able to articulate why I
Yeah.
feel this way about the song, and you can agree or disagree. But you know, I think of it as like, this is the shit I want to read. You know, like
Right.
I like when I was a teenager, like I wish there was like a Singapore music kind of like site or blog or Anthony Fantano.
Right.
Right, because I fucking love watching Anthony Fantano.
Yeah.
Like, Anthony Fantano here, the latest review or whatever fucking shit. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Like even like if he gives like Kanye West Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a 6, it's
Right.
like, and I think that's an amazing album. I still fucking love watching the review, you know, like
Yeah,
it's like-
because it's very like it's very substantial. It has a lot of like,
yeah. And,
very good points.
and then you
that kind of
think,
thing.
then it makes you think about the music also. So like,
True.
I just like I really enjoyed that shit lah. So, like, you know, like this, I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Like, or like me and the Big Duck team have been trying to do.
Yeah.
But I want to especially shout out JX, who is the head editor down at
Shout out to you, man.
yeah, JX, the head editor down at Big Duck. If not for him, we won't be able to do this, because he's the one who is like the editorial nerd. You know, he's
the boss lah.
yeah. He's the one that like you know, he know all his music journalism inside
Yeah.
out. He came in and like just like, you know, made my kind of like scruffy idea and shit writing work.
Right.
You know, we had a really shit site at the start. You know, like my NS friend just make for me
Right.
for cheap. Then we eventually upgraded lah. But like,
Yeah.
you know, from there to there is all thanks to JX's vision for the site.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Big Dog really came from a position where like it's just meme shows, that kind of thing, and then it really went on to like a whole position of like, you guys really have a repertoire of like really known names, these guys, and then you have a whole image where you're just like, yeah, these guys are really serious about their work, that kind of thing. Like,
I think like one of our mottos, or like one of our like how we operate is like, we even have a sticker with it on, but I forgot to bring. It goes like
okay,
this.
man.
It's like, support local. Like
yeah.
like support local. No, support good shit. You know, like, that's the way it should be, like, you know, like
Right.
Like, just because something is local doesn't mean like
It's
you
good
should
lah.
support it. Lah. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like you just be real about your opinions. You be real
Yeah.
about what excites you. Most important is like music excites you. Because
Yeah.
that keeps you going. That keeps you like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go for the show. Yes, I'm gonna buy the merch. Then that becomes a scene. That becomes sustainable. You know.
I think when you talk about this, right, this will be an interesting topic for the talk session lah. But like, because you really bring up a lot of good points. We have to
I got plenty of good points. Talk session will be good also.
Thank you, Isaac, for coming on the fucking show, man. Woo! But yeah, running from gigs and everything, like, you know, how's it like being the frontman of a rock band, man?
It's great. I love it, man. like
Do you get any like weird glances from the crowd? Like, wow, this guy like, okay,
you know, like I really think like just do like Goja, you know, like
Goja, yeah, fucking
and, like,
Goja.
and, like,
I love this energy.
I'm quite blessed that I can be a frontman, even though like I'm not the best guitarist or something.
it's okay,
Yeah.
man.
It's okay, man.
But like I think like I got vibe, like, you know, like
Yeah, he really got vibe.
like yeah, I just have a lot of fun, and I'm very blessed that my band is so good. I mean my band lah, my guys, like, you know, my bros.
yeah.
But also Cactus Cactus very good lah. But like you know, like I've always been I actually wasn't always front man. Like when I was in secondary school, my first band, I just played rhythm guitar.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But then I moved, because like fucking singers cannot commit for some
You
reason.
evolve lah.
Yeah, then I just became front man, and it was very cringe. Like I was like, 15,
Hey, fuck the cringe. Your
Yeah.
shit
No,
is actually good.
It was
man, yeah.
cringe when I was
Back
15,
then, yeah.
16. Then I was
course
like,
lah,
trying to be
yeah.
Kurt Cobain, you know. That was like the worst thing ever.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Everybody has the quote.
I feel like the good thing is that I've done enough like shit front manning until I become good. Like or like goodish at it, you know what I mean?
yeah, man.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
yeah, shout out my secondary school music teacher, Mr. Smith, for
Wherever you are, shout out to you, man.
he's in Canada.
Oh shit!
Yeah. He
Nice.
he was just very patient, you know. I was being very cringe and everything, but like because my secondary school, I did secondary school in KL.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in international school in KL.
Right.
They had a battle of the bands,
All right.
and then like I was like a loser lah.
Oh,
Like
man.
straight up, I just had like I was not popular. I had a few friends just talk about like superhero shows.
Right.
And then I don't think any girls ever found me attractive. No, there was one girl lah. But like
Right.
but anyways, off track. But yeah, basically I was kind of a loser in secondary school.
Shout out to you, secondary school sweetheart.
Yeah, I was a loser in secondary school. So I just like how to be cool. Oh, battle of the bands. I just play guitar lah.
Yeah lah.
I rock star, bro.
Yeah, man.
so like picked up like fucking learn how to play American Idiot and shit. You know, like
Everyone's go-to song.
yeah.
The
So-
starter pack for sure, man.
yeah, and then like, but somehow that became like a rabbit hole where I just became like obsessed. So like every lunchtime, instead of taking a lunch break, actually eating food, I just like fucking like inhale my food, and then I spend the rest of the lunchtime in the music room where they had like
Right.
one Fender amp, a drum kit,
Right.
and one hard K bass amp, and then
Right.
like me and my friend Luciano who played bass, we just like learn like stroke songs or whatever.
Nice.
And
Nice.
like Mr. Smith was so encouraging. Like our band was so shit. It was unbelievably shit that in the battle of the bands we actually didn't make the cut. But Mr. Smith saw us work so hard because like every day we fucking practice.
Yeah, that's
let us in, bro. You fucking let us in.
We fucking brothers.
Yeah.
Brothers,
So then like every year, you know, like I think I did like 3 battle of the bands. So like when
Nice.
when I was 14, 15, 16, I did one battle of the bands each.
Nice.
That kind of like informed you know, how I do things. Even though like it was complete
the
trash.
the
complete-
formulative years lah.
complete dumpster fire until the end, but like, it made me obsessed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obsessed with like, wow, imagine I
Really rock
stars,
star,
yeah.
yeah. And I mean like, and as of now, you've really made it.
No lah, bro.
I mean, no. I mean, like, you've made the stage where, like, you like, if you weren't for like your teacher, I wouldn't have been playing on stages.
Yeah. Like, if it weren't for Mr. Smith, I wouldn't be doing any big duck shit. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in uni. I think, but like, yeah. So shout out, Mr. Smith.
Shout out to you, man. Like, you really gave Isaac like the inspiration to sort of keep pushing onwards, even though he was like, like he said, like a complete
It's
dumpster fire from the
Terrible,
start.
man.
And now he's.
But now I think my
yeah.
band pretty damn solid.
Yeah. I mean,
Just-
I mean,
just
like we
waiting
like your
for
stuff
me,
also.
man.
We like your
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, moving on. Since I mean like Cactus Cactus is considered quite a new kind of band, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever had like any worst performances ever?
Not with Cactus lah.
Yeah, okay, like your experiences with worst performance other than your past, like like your worst performance where it really fucked you up so bad, like you like started puking, that kind
There's
of thing.
one that really stuck with me where I
Okay.
did an open mic. I did an open mic. You know Shah.
Yeah,
Shaq was
yeah.
hosting. And then he was
Shout out
super,
to you, Shaq.
super sweet about it. But I just came in. I was very angsty. I was feeling super down about something. I don't know. But I just came in. I just wanted to play, you know. But I never practice. I just come in there. And all the chords all wrong lah. Everything I keep fucking
You're
up,
right.
and I visibly frustrated every time.
Right.
And that was just a shit show lah. But he was still so encouraging. But then from then on,
He's
I
the
was
homie for sure.
yeah, from then on, I was just like, yeah, I'm never going to like just play. I'm always going to make sure I know my shit before I get on any performance or any stage.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like, in a way, like, it builds you up now, lah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you play Cactus now, you never practice, then, like,
Yeah.
so it's just kind of like, it's fun but confusing.
Cactus, thankfully, like the band is really fucking good. So even
Right.
if I'm bad, I feel like I can
They'll
salvage.
push it.
Is it so in a way, like, they sort of,
No.
they carry your, like, performance, lah, in a way, lah.
They're just fucking good, lah. I don't know, but of course I like
Team
practice.
effort, lah.
I practice like fuck, lah. You know, like
Sure, man.
yeah, it's important to me as well to just like every single show put on the
Yeah.
like I abstain from alcohol for 2 weeks before every gigs, yeah.
Like, the well-known alcoholic in every gig, right?
Bro,
Every-
you know my
like,
band always like make fun of me, bro. At practice, bro, Isaac just drink this beer. Oh, and I'm like, no, I need to maintain. And they're like, hey, Isaac, don't lame lah, you know.
Hey, come on. I mean, like, if you succumb to peer pressure,
Yeah, but
you know.
but so I just don't drink and I kill it, lah. You know, like.
I mean,
like
for
with
sure,
Cactus.
yeah, for sure, dude. Like, it seems you're very disciplined in terms of like where you put yourself. Like, if you want to have fun, for sure, then you can have beer, lah. If you play a show, you must practice, lah. So be disciplined and be like,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
like just like. That's why I'm so glad we were the first Baby Beats band.
Yeah.
After that, I just drink like fuck, see Sun Eater or Top Jet or parties, yeah.
Fucking yeah, lah. It was an experience, lah, for sure. I mean, wow, this is a very memorable experience. Anyways, last one. Top 3 bands to listen to on repeat. Okay, shout out any band you want.
Top 3 bands.
That-
When
that-
it comes out, Cactus Cactus, like, obviously.
Okay.
I know,
Top 3 bands that you like to listen to on repeat. Like you will die, never get bored of that song.
The Strokes is like my
For sure.
favorite band of all time.
For
Yeah,
band.
the Strokes really inform how I see music.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And like even now today, I think their stuff is super inspiring and
Yep.
yeah, like just the way they're just so fucking cool.
I mean, like the Strokes really, they are like the pinnacle of like indie alternative rock kind of thing. Like, anyways,
Right.
So, like they're sort of like position of like how they inspire like musicians, especially in Singapore, is like if you meet every other indie person, they ask you, hey, what's your favorite song? They give
say
you
The Strokes.
No, they give you the holy trinity of like indie bands. So the Strokes, the Neighborhood. It's
Right,
like, you know,
right,
like
right.
they give you the holy trinity lah. And I'm like, you know, like I said, like the Strokes is very synonymous with the whole scene.
Yeah, and I don't know about like on repeat all, but like I do think like everything that I do kind of goes back to my holy trinity of rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
You know, if some people says it's a bit like blasphemous because it's like 3 white guys, but I don't give a fuck. I think that them dope. Fucking David Bowie, Lou Reed, and Iggy Pop.
Hell yeah.
You know, this is your fucking
Holy Trinity, right?
holy
there lah.
trinity of rock and rolls. Yeah, you know, like everything and all their related projects, or
Right.
like or people that inspired, is
Right.
pretty much shape who I am.
Yeah.
So like that's my holy trinity. lah.
So your top 3 bands right there by Isaac. And now we're gonna be moving on to the Talk Cock session. Woo! So thank you for the interview, Isaac. We're gonna be talking about the first topic. Are gigs and concerts overrated?
No, how could you even say that, especially in a pandemic?
Okay, the reason why I want to ask is because like it's considered an unpopular opinion that like why the gigs can be underrated, can be overrated because like they like you go show, you stand, then like you fucking tired, yeah. Then the music is like kind of half-assed played, like the sound doesn't sound as good on the CDs, that kind of thing.
Then you're missing the point, right? You go to a show is like could be a bad band, and of course that kind of is and or bad sound, and of course that's a bummer. But like you
Yeah.
go there to like you take a chance, you know, take a chance.
Right.
But that might be the fucking life-changing experience you need at a point of your life.
Right.
You might meet the girl of your dreams. You know, like you might meet you might meet your next
For
your
sure,
next,
yeah,
you
for
might meet
sure.
your next best friend or your next band member or just whatever, because you're surrounded by people that love the same like music
Yeah.
and vibe as you, and then you're just absorbing all the in.
Right.
And like you know, you go there, then you're tired, and you're like, you stand there, and what are you doing here? What are you doing? You just go get into it, you know, just psych yourself up and just like feel the energy, go mosh, just
Bro,
just
like
go
the
drink.
only ever time I ever felt like so happy with that was when Turnover came to Singapore. Oh
Right.
my god, I was like, oh my god. Like, I met like wonderful people there, you know. And like I've even met like a close friend there lah. I mean like it's amazing lah, you know.
I feel like it can be that like that all the time. It's
Yeah.
just like we just need. I mean, like one shows need to come back, and like people like I guess showrunners just need to be able to like curate that kind of safe space, that kind of experience,
Right.
for people to be able to connect and have this like cohesive vision for the show and QC lah, QC is the X, you know.
For sure. Okay, I'm gonna put like a scenario to you right now lah, because like
Right.
I'm gonna be like the worst like audience member ever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, you organize a big duck show, okay?
Right.
So like I go there, then like I complain, okay, the bands are kind of shit. The sound is kind of mediocre. I don't really vibe with the moshing and all that. The merch is kind of I don't know why these artists are even wasting their time. Can just do it from home.
Then
What would you say to that?
I'm sorry that the
Yeah,
show
the
is
fucking
shit lah,
show,
you know,
man.
like,
Fuck off.
yeah, I just be like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you don't jive with this, like, you know, and then like I just buy the guy a beer, have a conversation with him properly. Like
I don't drink beer, by
Yeah,
the way.
you're not gonna
Assholes, yeah.
you're not gonna win everyone over.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get like my sister to come to a gig for 5 years.
Seriously?
Come for none.
Oh,
Just
okay.
cause like I think it's a very like sheltered Singaporean kind of vibe thing.
Oh,
you know,
okay, like very
not-
conservative.
yeah, so you're not going to be able to get everyone in there.
Yeah.
You just like I feel like how we can build a scene is like you really the people that are already like maybe half in or people that are like committed, you really like capitalize on that. You really just bring them fully in to really like have that kind of like I would say like religious experience with
Right.
music, which like I have had, and then like forever they will like be converted already, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
and,
right,
I,
that's
and I
right.
think that's very important, like and then the more people that are like this passionate or this like excited about music all the time, right? The more I guess the more people that will get roped in eventually, like, cause they'll just be like, yo, what? How's this? Why is this guy so always talking about this?
Because I mean, gig energy is already super contagious, anyways.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. So like just making sure that those gigs that do happen are those kind of gigs,
Right.
all the time.
Right.
Like it's just like
Oh man, this
So
brings me
exciting
so
for
much
me.
memories from when Turnover came, man. Oh, that show was so good. But yeah, I mean, like you can always, like I said, you can always have like the experience of being like the worst audience member ever. But then like, if you don't really vibe with the song, you don't really just with it, then like
just leave lah.
just fucking leave lah.
But I would also say like always be open minded. You know, like
Yeah, yeah.
like just cause you've had a bad gig experience or maybe even several gig experiences, like bad gig experiences,
Yeah.
doesn't like mean like.
Oh, I cannot keep my
live-
face. This fucking
Yeah, it doesn't mean like live music is trash. You
Yeah.
know, or that doesn't mean like Singapore music is trash. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like stemming from the fact that it's already an unpopular opinion that like snobbish. Some snobbish people will always say like, well, maybe some local gigs. Okay the local gigs kind of thing, right? Like if you go to an underground show versus official show, right? There'll always be this conversation of like, I rather prefer the official shows because like they very like organized, this kind of thing. And then you go underground show, you're like, wow, what the fuck? Everything is like so like confusing, this kind of thing. Like the conversation would be like, it's pick and choose lah. It's a taste lah.
Right.
Like you know, and then like if you want to have like this if you had this conversation with an individual that's like that, like how would you sort of like show the good side of like an underground gig, that kind of thing?
Like I think it's also quite difficult for me in the sense that I don't want to come across as like your opinion is wrong.
Yeah,
like,
of
You know,
course.
and it's
Sure.
very easy to kind of like go into that.
Yeah.
I feel like even I sometimes I like, oh, look, what you got? You know, like it's like, but
I'm
like,
gonna punch the snobbish
but
guy
like,
right now.
yeah, but like. Or maybe I'm the snobbish guy, you know what I mean? Like I'm the like, man, you never.
Are
experienced
you
this,
the
bro."
are you the gatekeeper in the conversation?
Yeah, so it's like you got to be very careful not to end
Yeah.
up being a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I would like, for me, I would just like invite people to just
Yeah.
come and see for themselves. You don't like, you at least go once at least, and it's a good show. You don't like, whatever.
Yeah,
But
like,
at least you've tried. You know,
Yeah.
I think that, and again, recognizing that's not for everyone.
New experiences lah. I mean, like, of course lah. I mean, if you're a gig virgin, then like you never go gig before. Then
Yeah, definitely, it's a bit intimidating.
Yeah, for sure lah. I mean, like, as of now, the current stance of things, like most things are already live streamed.
Right.
I mean, like, we were blessed with the fact that like Baby It's had it all like live, that kind of thing. Even
Right.
though like it was like the
Hybrid.
hybrid kind of thing lah. Like it's people as of now would rather see a gig live stream versus
Showing up.
I
man.
think depends on the people like, you know, like I know like guys like us, it's like we're just like so desperate.
Yes.
So desperate to
I'm
just
go
get
for
a
a
show,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, like, I think it is what it is. Like.
yeah, it is what it is lah.
Yeah.
Because like, you know what, if you like sitting at home on your ass to watch a band, then fuck it lah. Then like you know what, do it lah.
Right.
But then like don't come off with the fact that like to say that like gigs are overrated lah. Because like I mean
I've never heard that opinion before. So yeah.
it's like so how would you say, like, I don't think, because you're in this circle of like friends where like you never really ever hear this kind of conversation
Right,
go out.
right.
So like it's an unpopular opinion lah.
Yeah, if not mostly, and most I've heard is just like really it's just that kind of people like, why you want to go this kind of
Yeah. Like you said lah, like
Whatever.
super conservative, the kind of thing lah.
yeah.
But I think other than that, like, you know what? Yeah, gigs aren't overrated, man. Like, fuck, if you haven't been to a live show, go to one.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But God knows when you can.
Yeah.
You know,
God,
now.
as of now, God knows when you can lah. But then, like, fuck
You
it
gotta
lah.
explanate once lah, but that's like it's not the
Yeah.
same, you know. You have to sit down, social distance.
yeah.
wear
Yeah, even
mask.
though a bit lame, but like, people,
better than nothing.
Yeah, better than
and it's
nothing.
good. Like I do feel it's a good kind of like a gateway. Like you know,
For
like
sure.
it's like it's still very accessible in the sense that like you don't feel like so awkward because you're sitting down and
Yeah.
whatever. So
bro, people outside all like
hilarious.
sharing
Like, you know, I
something.
saw the Curb show.
Oh yeah.
The Curb show, right? Like
Tell us about
some
it.
families coming in and all. You know, they hear the music, then you can just trace together, then you can just sit inside.
Yeah.
They sit inside. One song later, family leaves. Then another family come in.
Shag.
Then one song later they leave. Cause you know it's emo. It's
Yeah,
emo
yeah, yeah,
music,
yeah,
right?
lah,
So,
yeah, lah,
like,
lah.
it's hilarious, like you see all these like young families. All
I don't think my daughter will want to listen to this kind of music.
Yeah,
Like the fucking 3-year-old daughter just there. Wow, my daughter don't like this kind of music.
yeah.
But I mean, Curb is an experience that I fucking missed.
Yeah, they'll play again, I'm sure.
For
Yeah,
sure,
it's a
man.
matter of time.
But yeah, Curb really has like amazing stuff from what I've heard as of now. But like, you know what? Gigs are never gonna be overrated.
Yes.
If it's overrated for you, then eat a dick, I guess. No lah, but like I said, opinions will be opinions, but then you only make it matter if you make it matter. Moving on to the next conversation. What makes a show/event memorable? What makes it unique from the others?
Like Big Dog shows?
Yeah,
like in
just
general?
just in general. You can put Big Dog as a point of context.
I do feel like
So what makes your shows?
curation is very important. Like the experience that your organizers are trying to bring across to you. Like a well curated show with a lineup where all artists jive, where like you know like how the crowd's gonna be, what energy is gonna be like, the lighting and everything. I do think like if you thought is put into that kind of like sets a show apart, because you kind of give the space for like you give the space for this kind of like emotional connection, this kind of like
Right.
almost
Yeah.
like transcendent kind of feeling to take place. You
Right.
know, it's like you're facilitating this kind of like when I talk about New Year's Eve 2017.
Oh,
That is like that is like the perfect
memories, man.
yeah, that is like the perfect show to me, you know?
Yeah.
Where like just everything is perfect. I meet the right people. And I don't remember the people I meet because I'm drunk. Like, but like I just
That seems to be the case,
yeah, and then like, you know, like just like the music and then the crowds and then like just having this almost like supernatural energy, you know. You're tired, you get tired lah, yeah, but you can mosh for like 3 hours for some
You
reason.
think you're tired, but your body is like, nah, man.
No. You can feel your body being tired, but your brain, everything is
like a-
telling you
it's like
to
a
just
mind
kinda
thing
like,
already.
yeah, like you're just like possessed, you're lost in the music, and that's
Right.
such a powerful thing. And then that inspires you to go and like create music. That inspires you to go talk about music. That inspires you to like just want to bring more people in lah. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
cult, man. It's like a cult, but it's cool.
I mean, like what you've said is like it's very religious in a way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like music is already contagious, anyways.
yeah.
Because I mean, like depends on whatever genre lah. But like if you live your life without music, then chiba, you fucking sad. Yeah.
I don't judge.
yeah. I mean, like even deaf people can vibe to music, man. Like
Right,
right.
you know.
They
Yeah.
can listen through the vibrations.
Yeah, the vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe, bro.
Yeah.
It's a
So
vibration.
I mean, I do think like curation plays a big part, and also like I don't know. I don't know how to convert people. You know what I mean? I just hope that they can feel the same things that I felt when I grew up, or like when I saw those shows that made me feel the way I did. Yeah.
I think setup also plays a big part of it, like the lighting and then like
Yeah, definitely lah.
what you did for Hawk, right? You came in with you try to use the white light and then try to put like transmitting.
Chiba,
shit.
fucking DIY
we got no
as fuck,
budget, right?
Yeah.
But how I wanted the vibe because I know I'm not gonna have a packed crowd. So I fucking go to Art Friend. We buy purple folders, we stick on the white light. Then the whole thing become like
brought
purple
food.
hazy kind of
Right,
show. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You put like bunch of people. And then you try like each like this is so nice.
Wow, chiba, the fucking the mindset is already DIY, and then like you pulled it off lah. Either ways,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Do you
It set
guys
the
see our
vibe
do you
very
guys see our
sick.
Baybeats set?
Yeah, we did.
The set design is all like got fucking like ducks everywhere. And then we had like the reflective kind of like crystals and stuff.
I caught it like on live stream because I was working
Yeah.
that day. So I was like, oh,
But do you see like that we went into intent because we know only 50 people are there live, but
Yeah.
everyone else is gonna be on camera. So we had to look damn good on camera.
for sure.
Yeah. So like, you know, it's the same kind of idea of as
Yeah,
doing that.
You did that.
But we got budget now.
you got more money.
Yeah, we got money. So we can actually bring in like we got our set designer Rice. So shout out Rice.
Shout out to Rice, man.
She did an amazing job with the set, with the budget that we had from Esplanade, and like just like blew our minds. You just like order shit from Taobao, you know, it's like coming from China, all this shit,
Nice.
right? And then like she like fucking built the crystals with her hand, like on the
Nice.
day of the show itself, you know. And then we're there, we're pumping the ducks, everything. then like we are so exhausted. Like, you know, we
Oh,
had one
nice.
big ass like inflatable duck we found on Carousel.
What the fuck?
Then like
man,
me
yeah.
and Chester just taking turns. So, like at first we didn't know how to pump properly, so we had
Right.
to like we used the thing. Then it's the wrong head. Then we put in there. We kind of cover with the tape, and then we tried like
Oh.
like
Nice.
that was such a workout, man. But turns out when then we found the right head, that was a lot easier.
Ladies,
and same for
ladies,
like
find the right head.
the crystals were like
Yeah.
like these like inflatable seats, translucent seats we found online. Checks, yeah. Like,
Bro, this
was-
I mean like
was
there's a
sick
lot
lah.
there's a lot of hard work just
Yeah,
to
but
even
you look
do
at the final result. You see
It's
how
a
like
fucking
the crystals-
amazing, bro.
Yeah,
This
yeah. We put the
yeah.
scope light under the crystal. Then all the darks. Then this kind of paper that were like this kind of like crystal paper that really like reflect a warped light.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like super proud of like how that looked in the end. You know. Like,
I mean,
curating that experience.
Rice really put on like a great job to sort of like create this sort of like art design for y'all because
Yeah,
like, I mean
yeah.
like she in a way she sort of like understands your vision
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
It's like it's
So
not even
we,
like
we pitched to her the idea.
Yeah.
Because our curation was around the idea of kaleidoscopes. Because like a kaleidoscope, you know.
Yeah.
Like you are going to like kind of like the fringes of these genres, and we're exploring
just-
all these different genres. You know, like the like, out there stuff.
It's like Pink Floyd, Dark of the Moon.
a bit, yeah. So we got like
Cactus is now Pink Floyd.
no, but that wasn't the Cactus at all.
Yeah.
That was Don Aaron,
Right.
Isomite, Woven Sound, and Deformed.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah,
all
yeah.
was totally different and totally out there. So we want to reflect the energy, and the set was malleable as well. So like we could take out certain things if need be. And I don't like during like Woven Sound, I has a mic set like
Yeah.
you just replace all the lights with this kind of red kind of thing, which became their own set in itself.
The imagery itself is already like it's really amazing.
Yeah,
just from,
yeah.
like, you know.
I made like for them dope video and photos lah, and like
For sure.
just
So people you just watch this and then like have an experience can talk about this a lot.
Yeah. So like cause
Memorable for sure.
Usually, I mean, what I used to do, like you know, like
Yeah.
MHC, you just like don't you think about that because the crowd is the set design.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of
Nice.
like you are there like oh what the fuck, and then like everyone's rapping along and that kind of like you know everyone like is so connected and chanting.
All I feel that
Everything.
energy is like very orange.
Yeah. And like that's why I posted orange lah.
Yeah.
You know? so like that kind of thing. Like you cannot do that now, COVID. So how?
Yeah.
That means you need to blow up the fucking the scope of like visually,
Right.
You know? Yeah. So I really think like you work with what you have. Like.
I mean, like either ways of like working with what you have, you really pulled it off. I mean, like the design, the set design, and everything.
but-
It's like
yeah.
it's straight up. It's fucking dope, lah. It's like
Shout out like literally everyone on the Big Duck team. So I really had to give it to Chester for like taking his
Shout out to
van
you, Chester.
and then like he's driving everywhere, doing all this shit. You know?
he's the homie,
and,
lah.
like,
for
and
sure.
like yeah, he's just like basically the muscles,
Yeah.
Like, he's just like helping us get all the stuff done. You know. To then shout out to I really shout out Rice for everything that
Yeah.
her vision and being able to adapt like our pitch to set design.
yeah.
Lauren, our graphic designer, for working with Rice to create like I don't know if you all saw the promo, the posters and the
Yeah,
socials and
we've
everything.
seen it,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that kind of stuff also was like just everything kind of came together, and also JX for like pitching hashing out of me and pitching the
Right.
lineup and what we want to do. Yeah, it's just like so beautiful to see like everyone like so passionate about it and come together and make it happen. Like even though it's such a tiring experience and it's like there's the bureaucracy and red tape and kind of like cut through at Esplanade, but
My Big Duck is just family, lah.
yeah, well, it was just like
Family
it's just
for sure.
like really. I'm so thankful for my team and like everything that we've done so far. Like it's just crazy to me that we've gone from like nay beats, we go one big round, we fucking like fucking curate for and like run a stage for baby.
It's basically the rare candy that you found, lah. You evolve to a fucking OP Pokemon. You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like everything, all the hard work that like everybody has put in, it really like it says a lot about Big Duck as like a whole organization in itself, because like it's a lot of like emphasis on like DIY, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of emphasis on like hard work, which is very synonymous with like everybody, you know.
Right,
it's
right,
like
right.
everybody understands that like when they see hard work, of course it's gonna fucking pay off, lah. Like
Right.
But the set design, like wow, cannot forget.
Yeah, and I'm just like super psyched because I remember after the show, then the Esplanade people come up to me. You had the best stage. I'm like, oi, you!
So you had like a fangirl moment, like
No, I was just
Like,
not
oh.
fangirl moment.
Okay,
Because
okay.
like, it's just Esplanade team. But like, but like,
Esplanade, y'all are nothing, Shiv.
no lah. That's
JK.
like, why would I fanboy Esplanade team?
Right.
Yeah, I respect the work they do, but like, I'm not gonna fanboy them. You know, like,
You ain't a bitch lah, you know.
nah. But yeah lah. But it's just very the affirmation was very inspiring to hear because like there are other like people in the industry that we respect, like Middle Class Cigars doing a stage.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, people like Atmos doing a stage. So like being able to work alongside them, fuck them in the ass while still like loving what they do. It's just like it's awesome lah.
Right.
I do think it's sometimes it's all about like.
Do you feel like some labels really take themselves like too seriously?
I don't think there's any one right approach to a label. You know what I mean? I talked to like Peng Sing about Where Are the Fruits, right? And like,
Yeah.
I,
Shout out.
I just like disagree with his viewpoint on music, like 100% totally.
Could you emphasize a
his-
little bit on his viewpoint?
Yeah,
of,
so
like,
his or like this one point lah,
Yeah, okay.
Like I still really respect the work he does, and like how he's like pretty much like sacrificed like a cushy TA job and like good money just to like push local music. I like it's amazing that he can do that. But he tells me music is just content. It's just like an Instagram post.
No.
It's like a TikTok post or whatever. I'm like, no, I cannot agree with that, But not to say he's wrong because he approaches music like content and he can make his low sell. You know what I mean?
It's in a way, it's a stock for him, like an investment stock in a way.
I don't know about that lah, but like I'm just like I don't think like there's any label like you have to take it seriously at some level, but I don't think there's any right or wrong way. It's just like what I agree with and what I disagree with. So like that's an example of like Peng Sing's side, or like what Middle Class Cigars is doing, which is a very focused idea of what is cool
Yeah.
and pushing for that. Like I also like deeply respect that, but I guess like I just know what I want to push, and that's the most important thing. And I can learn from all these other labels and all these
sure.
other curators, how they push music that they love. But end of the day, we have the same goal. So like, it's all about kind of like
You're pushing out for the artist. Man.
yeah, pushing for the artist and having that mutual respect, lah. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm sure you've had like difficulties when like you sort of like have this this whole arsenal of like artists. You know what I mean? It's like, do you have like any sort of like difficulties? Like maybe an artist sort of disagrees with you, then you have like disputes.
Like what sense? In like when them for a show?
Yeah, in terms of a show.
I mean, no lah. Generally, can usually come to a compromise.
Can nego
like,
a bit lah.
Yeah, like I remember the Hulk show we did.
Yeah.
Like so Hulk, he is a bit more of a control guy. He wants to really make sure it's really damn good. And like me and Chester were telling him like, hey man, just let Loges settle the sound lah. You and Gary, right?
Yeah.
They all did sound for everyone. It sounded great, right?
Shout out to you,
But
Gary.
no, then we need to spend extra money, bring in extra sound man for Sami, or like that kind of stuff. Like this kind of thing is like okay lah, just compromise lah. But like it's normal lah, like and because like his sound and sculpting is like that.
It's very
experience
unique to him
It's
lah.
very
Very unique.
important for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's okay lah,
I mean, like Hook takes a lot of emphasis on like his stuff sounding the way he wants it. to
Yeah,
sound.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so like
analog synths. and all
yeah,
that
this
thing,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
Like I mean, like it's I mean for me like I also would say like if I play show also like I think I want my
own sound
my own
guy,
kind of
right,
sound,
yeah.
that kind of thing. If I know an engineer that knows my stuff anyway,
Then
so
you
like yeah lah,
go-
for sure
yeah,
lah,
yeah.
yeah lah. That's why like there's this always this hesitance of like if
Yeah, no,
you know.
but anyways, like back to that point where it's just like if art like usually I can hash things out with artists. Like if they are not happy, then they usually just leave, and that's okay lah. Just as long as it's early on enough in the process. Yeah.
So there hasn't been like any sort of like last minute they pull out that kind of thing. I think that's
God
normal
lah,
yeah, for sure lah.
like rappers are flaky, man. The MHC show,
Yeah.
I'm sure they regret not playing it now. But like
That was an
Man.
experience.
yeah, but like
I think I remember there's like one set, I think where I really put my hand out, like try to protect the computers of it. Because
Easy sia.
it's like too much happening until it's like they're pushing everything.
Like
Right.
that's what's so awesome. It's like when the ground is shaking, you
Yeah.
know, when the ground is shaking.
Oh my god, the last
Bro, the experience of when the ground starts to shake when everybody fucking bumping out.
That was-
The experience you can never forget.
Yeah.
That's why, dude.
Oh,
That's
dude.
why.
at the mediocre, the last set, right, they did. It was so crazy, right? The moment everybody left, right, the whole floor was wet. It's all their sweats.
Oh man.
And that's so beautiful, but also at the same time, it's so like
Kind of
scary for new people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about finding that balance, like how you like like get them in, then they get it. You know? Yeah.
I mean like what you said, like you kind of have to bring them in slowly anyways.
Right.
So like you kind of have to give them the experience, like give a little bit only. Then after that, I get the whole fucking set, you know?
I don't know. I just feel like this just makes me just really miss shows and clubs and all
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Because,
man.
you know, like now I've so like in school, like I just wish I could show my classmates like the beauty of like live music. The beauty
Do
of
your classmates sometimes get it? Because we've had an interview with Zina, your classmate. So like
me and Zina got very different ideas of what a good ass live set is. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like your standpoint in terms of like artistry, in terms of like putting out shows is super different compared to
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
like I wish that she can just come to one of my shows and kena, like, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Hey
like-
Zina, you watching right? You
No, 'cause
fucking
like
go show.
you cannot
Go to
get
a
it.
show.
You cannot get it unless you're in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it's not. It's of no fault of Zina. It just takes a different angle of music. And like
Yeah.
I said earlier, there's no right or wrong approach to
Right.
this music thing.
For sure.
But like,
Shout out to you.
I just wish that people can experience it. Like, I miss it so much. And like I talk to my classmates, they look at me like I'm crazy. You know, like what the fuck are you talking about, Isaac? And I'm just like, oh, bro.
This guy already got like relapse already. Like need to really.
It's like, oh, I need the live music.
It's like because like it's really tough because like the last live show I went was like baby it's
Right?
and,
Yeah.
and then after that like there's nothing much that I went to
It's
lah.
all these like small pockets of like
Yeah.
people socially distanced kind of shows, which is better than nothing, but also like it's not. You will never replicate that MHC feeling.
Yes.
You know. And that gig is I just wish someone took more videos. Like
Yeah.
I think sometimes like I would say this is like even though you know what if you can't capture it on camera you've lived
it's
you've
like
lived
legendary. Like, and-
you've lived to tell
but you know
the tale
what's the
lah.
messed up part? I was not there for the MHC set.
Yeah.
Why
Got NS, bro.
Oh shag yeah
Like,
NS, why?
It was so terrible because you know when I run Chinese Fest, I took MC
Yeah.
to run.
shag
Then the major come to the show. He come to Park Lane. He hunt for Tone House. He don't know where is it. So Chester was telling me, why got this guy go up and down. Then my band then was playing.
yeah
Then he came to the door. Then he tried and go inside. Then kena stop by Chester or Galvin. I forgot.
right
It's like, sorry sir, this is a paid show. How much? $15. Fucker, pay $15. Come inside the show. I halfway playing my chord. I don't care too much. And then he looked at me in the eye. I look at him in the eye. Fuck. And then he leaves.
Sialah.
Fucker just leave just like that. Right.
Damn.
Then I go back to Tekong, right? That's where I'm
Right.
based. Go to Tekong for 1 month. It's like he never talked to me, yeah. Never talked to me. He just like he looked me in the eye. He just like walk past and look me and then he smoked. Like for 1 month. So like for 1 month, after like 1 month, I thought like fuck, maybe they forgot about it already. Like
Yeah.
no problem. Okay, I booked my next show.
Yeah.
30th November, no problem.
Yeah.
Then suddenly, Sergeant Isaac, please report to this officer what? Then they give me my charge or investigation what? 1 month SOL.
Wow.
30 days on Tekong.
Sialah.
Then
Fuck.
the last day, 30th November.
Oh, shag.
I managed to finesse my way out. I say my mother's birthday. I never see her for 1 month. Please let me out. They let me out. But they say, Isaac, you must take last ferry. So I catch as many acts as I could. So I caught Hype Man, Delicious, Fox.
Right.
And then Abang Sapa what to start bopian, need to go back. Which is it's my biggest regret in my life is like I don't know lah, like maybe not being smarter about Shiny Fest lah. Because I really
your fucking major will hunt you down, sir.
I really missed, like, I would say MHC that show was like my dream show. You know? It was like as close as Blue Jazz as probably it could ever get. Yeah, and I just so bummed that I missed. God, MHC is like my favorite Singaporean act.
Man.
Period. Yeah,
For sure.
like they really changed my life lah. Like I would say like open my eyes to what hip hop can be, open my eyes to what music can be in terms of like connecting. You know, I remember like listening to the MHC EP that time. I 16-year-old, 16,
Right.
16 turning 17. Then
Right.
they just like, you know, I don't wanna lose your love. Then wake up on and like,
Wow, that one, bring back memories, what the
It's
fuck.
like Boys to Men become.
yeah.
Beastie
Boys to men, straight up, yeah.
Let's straight to Beastie Boys.
Wow, but it's just a bummer this like live music thing, because you know they played Baby It's 2020, right? Then like, but that was live stream.
Yeah.
I went to Russell's house, then we just watched on this TV. Then we had a party, like we had our 8 people, because then 8 people party, drink, then after that just like rapping along. Okay, wait a minute, take it back. Like, you know, like, but I just like never get to like you know, that was
experience it then.
that was the perfect MHC show, you know. That was the
Yeah.
perfect MHC show, and I'm cursed to never like experience it. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. But it is what it is. Like,
I mean,
you know.
either ways, you will definitely have that one show that will really like resonate with that MHC show. But I don't think anything can ever take the experience from MHC.
Yeah, and,
Like,
and, and, and that crowd that was there. So you know, like okay lah. I'm a martyr here, like you know.
Regardless of everything, like as of now, like you're one day hoping that sort of experience can come back when the COVID thing sort of like calms down.
I think it will come back. It's just like, is it gonna take 1 more year or is it gonna take 3 more years? I don't know. Right? Like,
Yeah, dude, like I'm jonesing for a show, man. Fucking hell.
yeah, I like this one. Well, I don't even think I should say on records. Yeah, I tell you after this show lah.
Behind the scenes with
Behind the scenes.
shit.
Not
No,
missing
no,
much, like
no,
just
no,
like
no, no.
stupid ideas, stupid like thoughts.
Okay. Really good points lah from you, and then like as well as looks. But like fuck, man. Oh, dude, it can never take away from the experience of going to a show and having
Yeah.
so much fun and then getting drunk. Kenas, yeah.
Anchor baby.
The go-to.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but the one good thing about pandemic is because like I'm not going to shows as much. I'm not drinking as
Yeah,
much.
for
'Cause
sure.
I only drink at shows, so like no beer belly, bro.
Yes.
Can flex the 6-pack one day, bro.
yeah. Slowly but surely getting there.
One day, bro. Cactus. Why 6-pack?
I want my whole band to be buff. Yeah, I want us to look like Turnstile, you know. Turnstile.
Chibai, wow, turnstile everybody fucking buff last, yeah.
But they've been a band for 10 years, so I can slowly work out.
they
you know.
really keep the image there, lah.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow. I've never met like a Singaporean like scene guy who does not like turnstiles.
Turnstile is amazing. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like the new like everyone likes them. You know, like no matter what kind of like facet of rock or whatever you're into,
Yeah.
Turnstile is like the perfect middle ground for everything.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, wow, fuck. I'm gonna listen to Turnstile later.
Yeah.
Moving on to the last part. How do you support local? How you support local?
Like I mentioned earlier, you don't support local, you support good.
Yeah.
Cause like you, if something is good and then like you really feel strongly about it, then you will be able to support it genuinely lah. You know, it's not that kind of like KPI bullshit where it's like I'm a government servant and I'm working in NAC. I have to like a certain amount of local music.
Every
and like,
government official right now is like, wow, this fucking
No. But and
like,
some of
it's
them
not
do.
Riz one.
Some of them do good work and like really like do the best. Like Ruby, or you know that like she's great. She really loves the music she's pushing for. All but like, you know, it's still a job.
Yeah.
It's still a job, and like, it's hard to like. Yeah, have you seen the things they push on here 65? Like what the fuck? Yeah, you know, like what is this? What is this like user submitted shit when you got like hundreds and thousands of like government funding, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
apparently, like
Yeah.
I don't quote me on this, but like I heard lah. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in government funding. Then why is the end product so crap? You know, like, but I believe that's because the heart is not there. You know, like you don't like, you never kena. You know, you never hear something then it move you to the point of this. You never hear
Right.
something then you like, yeah, you know, get to feel the energy. You really
Right.
you
Right.
don't want to like, yeah. So I do think like having that heart or like finding something that connects with you on that level is the key to like
It's
supporting
basically if you
local.
know hard in music, then like wow, fucking hard, yeah. You want
Right.
You want to
Yeah.
do stuff anyways. It's like if you're just pushing it for like what a government agenda, then it's like it's just.
But
gonna
I
be-
do think there is credit in like government funding and government support.
for
you know,
sure.
like
money,
grateful for it.
money,
nonetheless. But like,
Like-
I just wish that it wasn't fucking here 65, like you know.
But you know what? Here 65. They've kind of like they have this sort of like position in the scene where it's sort of like it's how would I say this? It's like the media corp kind of like
like
cookie cutter kind of thing.
that's the issue. Is like then who wants to read? You know, I've had a lot of conversations just kind of with people involved or people that, people that have a stake in it, and like the
It's like it
I
just
think the issue is like the kind of the fundamental approach where it's like they're trying to cast the widest net possible. They're trying to make it like anyone can just come in and like love Singapore music. But no, I think you should really like play to the people that already love it, or like you should like focus on the niches rather than trying to like. Because when you try to appeal to everyone, then you get a very watered down version of what Singapore music can be.
agree.
You get the most basic, the most sound like the West pop music kind of stuff being pushed.
You
out.
get more mainstream stuff that shouldn't get that much of a highlight as you think lah.
Or like just stuff that's not very exciting end
Right.
of the day. But I also do think like they've improved. They have like the woes of the ground, from the ground up. So like there are some really good profiles. I read one on Katy Perez. I read one on Halal Saw, which were great. But then they're still doing this like user submitted reviews thing, which is weird, and like a lot of the coverage is very boring. Like their top albums, whatever, is like kind of like.
Either
trash.
ways, I feel like the user submitted like reviews seems to be biased to a sense, anyways.
No, like, cause it's user submitted. I can go in and I can type Cactus Cactus is literally the best. This is the best thing I've ever heard in my life, and that's okay,
That's okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean like here 65, like I said, is very synonymous in the scene for being known as a very mainstream push out.
but then
kind of
again,
thing,
like
you know?
who like is the main? What is the reach? Is the mainstream reach really? Is there something going here 65? Then everyone knows it. Unlike Mothership, you know.
Mothership.
Yeah.
I do.
Mothership is trash, but Mothership got fucking reach.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like you want to like that, then you make sure you have the reach lah. Yeah, mainstream. But are you really pulling in new mainstream audiences? So that's how I feel like.
If you could have like any sort of like other than Big Duck, like what would you recommend in terms of like review kind of things?
Review
Review
site-
platforms are like bandwagon.
There's
like,
no like review. There's no one else. Like unfortunately, I would love to say like you check out this.
that's
like,
fucking sad.
At least in Singapore, there isn't right now.
There's like one Instagram page. There's like what unsigned.
Yeah, but Unsigned doesn't do like proper reviews, right? No.
It's more like exposing.
Yeah, but that's not critical reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just what everyone else does, which is just like check out this is in Singapore, right?
it's shout out lah, not really of a
Yeah,
critical standpoint lah. Anyways,
There was one Instagram account that inspired Big Duck way back. It's called Katong K.
fuck.
Yeah. So they had,
Kato
like,
legendaries, yeah.
yeah.
Fucking
So that one, but that one's been gone for years. So
R.I.P.
like all that's left is kind of Big Duck, which is a kind of a bummer lah. I mean like barring like NME Asia or whatever, because they only cover like NME worthy
yeah.
releases. But like for on the ground reviews and critical thoughts and discussion, I would say like yeah.
It's
but
not,
Life
it's not, in a way, it's not really substantial.
yeah, Life and Arpeggio does a good job covering,
Oh yeah,
Stuff.
for sure.
but it's mostly news lah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess read Big Duck lah, bopian. Sorry.
Read Big Duck, oi.
Yeah, we promise more content coming. We just like kind of been in a rut after babies, but ready to
I mean,
push
either
forward.
ways, give these guys like a huge round of applause because they've
Yeah.
been really pushing out content. They've been really like preaching out the idea of like DIY. You know what? Like I said, like they've really been pulling in for the little guys. You know, like they really want to get those placements. Shit, you give them an opportunity. You know what?
Push for the good stuff lah.
Yeah, push for
Yeah.
the good stuff. Like.
Like exciting stuff.
But I mean, like, okay, let's talk a little bit more about the supporting good stuff in terms of like stuff you've never heard of.
Right.
So like genres that like you've never like. It's like like when you were talking about like ambient music lah. For
Right,
example.
right.
So like, how do you sort of like push out the idea of like. Are you going to transcend to this sort of review conversation with like alternative like genres?
Yeah. I mean, one of the best things to come out of this is I get to listen and learn about a lot more music. So a lot of like a bit more niche genres like within hardcore or punk,
Right.
which I've never heard of before, ambient music which I never really bothered to listen to before, emo stuff that I wouldn't typically be into. Like I'm kind of like forced to confront and listen to that kind of music. Right.
What tragic, sir.
Not-
but you know,
Not tragic lah. Like it's a lot of dope stuff. What?
okay lah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them like
A lot of shit also. But
you have to sift through the
yeah,
shit
yeah.
lah.
But like being able to be kind of like know a bit more and like listen a bit. I mean, open my mind a bit more to stuff I wouldn't otherwise have listened to. I listen to too much rap nowadays because of the amount of output.
Yes.
and like.
I mean like rap in itself is like very ADHD friendly. So it's
Yeah.
like for me, I enjoy raps.
Yeah, rap is sick. I mean, like, literally my favorite Singapore artist is rap artist. Is MHC. So, like,
go, man.
but I'm just saying, like, I like, if I don't know how to write about something, then I will get someone who does to write about it. If not, I mean, I will try my hand at stuff also, like just kind of like put my thoughts, put kind of like what I think could be better. But
So
of course, like kind of get more acquainted with like what's good in that sound first,
So in a way, you're not afraid to sort of like cast your net out wider in a sense.
Yeah,
In terms of discovering genres.
I mean, if you're looking at the Big Duck reviews, I do think there's quite a massive range lah.
Yeah,
Even our top
agree.
20 lists or like our best of list also kind of like encompass like a bit of everything, because we really like sometimes we go on Discord, the Big Duck team, then we just go Bandcamp and go Bandcamp diving. We all listen together what's on Bandcamp.
Right.
Like Singapore Bandcamp, then we just go click, or Malaysia Bandcamp or Indonesia Bandcamp or like whatever lah, whatever we're feeling the time. Then just kind of like notable releases we put one side. Maybe we can cover something.
Right,
Maybe we
right.
can, yeah.
I think the emphasis is the fact that like you don't hold any sort of like pre-biasness when you sort of dive into these genres.
Yeah.
itself.
I think it's very important just to like go in everything with an open mind,
Go in blind and discover something.
Yeah, just like,
Go,
and if anything, the worst case, it sucks.
yeah,
Best case, you discover like some fucking amazing music.
like an underrated gem for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, one thing also I'm quite grateful for is now like we've gotten to the level where like we get a lot of press releases or whatnot. So we get a lot of gems in the inbox lah, which is great lah. Like Mary Sue sent us stuff like when he first dropped his first
Nice.
album or EP or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like he's fucking good lah, and like now he's kind of like a bit more popular.
Right.
Yeah, but like I mean he's still very small lah, but
Mm.
yeah lah, like not like beyond just digging for ourselves, like having new stuff constantly coming in, right? Because people want you to listen to the stuff is dope also like, even though
Right.
there is a lot of crap.
I mean, like I said, like you have to sift through the bullshit to like get to the good shit, lah. You know. what I mean?
right.
So like, is there any sort of like names that you remember when you like sort of open up the inbox, and then like any names that you want to shout out right now? You can just three.
I
name out.
already shout out Mary Sue lah.
Yeah.
Like that's dope
like
from the
you can
inbox.
give another two lah, free show.
I'm trying to think like what has come in, then we're like, oh shit, this is dope. I remember when NK, the first single came in.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I thought that was super dope.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I still think the first single is the best lah.
Really.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that
I
one.
feel like it kind of subjective lah, but then like you know what, he's doing pretty good stuff anyways. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure, man. Like
it's okay.
off the top of my head, I can't,
it's
can't
okay.
remember.
But I mean, like I'm sure, like you've said, you had to sift through all the bullshit just to get to the good shit, and like I'm sure the experience is sort of eye opening in a way.
Yeah.
It's like it brings you out to this sort of like, wow, there are like so many other like genres and vibes that have never really resonated to until now.
Right.
And then like you sort of give them the highlight, sort of like the spotlight to sort of like create this sort of like conversation about the music. You give them like reviews. You sort of give them opportunities.
Yeah.
Like what Big Duck is already doing, anyways.
Yeah, I think it's just dope, like for like smaller artists to like be able to read a review of themselves,
Yeah.
Like for me, like when I put out my old singles,
I thought Isaac reviewed this show.
like
This show is whack. It's whack as fuck.
no. But I'm always saying like me as an artist, I would just love to like really read and know that someone took the time to like really listen and absorb and have
Yeah.
an opinion and like say why they
Yeah.
feel this way about the music.
Yeah.
Isn't that so fulfilling?
Yeah, dude, that's it. It really it warms the cockles of my heart.
Focus party.
Yeah.
I'm not politically affiliated with any party or any.
Disclaimer. But I mean, like, it really warms my heart when like people really take the time to really critically listen to your song and give you like critical like criticism lah. I mean, like, it's not like you listen to song like you said, for the example of like the song is dog shit, but you're not dog shit.
Right.
Yeah, like it's pleasant to like look at opinions of what other people think of what I think.
Right,
of the song.
right.
You know what? Because like as an artist and like as a show organizer as well, you can never really grow if you don't have criticisms.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, like you've come across like sort of conversations where like people will say, "Hey, sometimes your show will be whack," that kind of thing. Like, can
Yeah,
improve
yeah.
here, can improve there, that kind of thing. I'm sure you've like
Yeah.
had this kind of conversations as well. Then sometimes people say, "Hey, Cactus whack. Why do you use autotune?" That kind of thing lah.
Yeah,
Like some people will really say that lah.
Yeah.
I don't know who lah, but you fuckers out
Cactus
there.
Cactus best band in Singapore.
Shout out, man. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure you've had like those glances like on the stage where you see like people be like so confused, but then like they're kind of vibing with it. You know what I mean? It's
I'm
like-
just excited to see the reception when we drop, lah. You know, like I'm very excited about
We're
that.
going to review you now.
All right. When are you dropping a song, man? Like,
We're hoping late February, like, but like
nice.
yeah, like depends on how fast we can get it mixed and I mean press we are nearly done, photos we're more or less done,
Nice.
and just figuring out what's the best distribution channel. to
Nice.
get it
Yeah.
the most
I mean, season 2 for Shit I Do at Work comes out during February-ish anyway. So you know what? Maybe we'll review.
hopefully by then it'll drop
we'll
lah. Like,
we'll review your fucking song, man.
you bring me on for that one also. I'll be here like yes, this is the shit. This is the best song in the whole Singapore.
Bias as fuck, bro.
Here's a funny story. You know Riff, right?
Yeah,
we met at Riff.
Yeah.
Riff, I was in the Riff team. I was in the committee, like listening to all the submissions to see who can play.
Oh man, I don't want to even remember.
Yeah.
Riff.
So like the lecturer was listening. Like first band that they check out was Cactus Cactus.
Oh yeah.
Then I was just
yeah.
the lecturer was like listening to Cactus Cactus like, hey, this band fucking good. Yeah. I was like, I just there like, this band. I mean, it's very obvious that I'm in a band, but still we got to play. So.
Oh man, like I mean,
nepotism.
I mean, as an artist, like it's been like a low key kind of like thing that I want to do, like lose my riff virginity. So
Riff virginity.
so I mean, like I sort of like I played a set. I think you know with who like Charlie
yeah,
lah.
yeah,
Played a
Charlie.
set with Charlie. Was like
I think his songs are pretty dope. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
like,
thanks, man.
Like hope, like and are you and Charlie both La Royale?
La Royale is Charlie's project. Like for me, I just played.
Right.
Yeah,
Session lah.
Session lah. Yeah.
Right.
Just
I
session
think the
project.
songs are cool. I hope he drops them in some capacity.
Bro, we fucking made those songs like within a few days. Before.
And that's so dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope. Yeah.
I mean, if Charlie's gonna work on that stuff, then shout out to you, Charlie, man.
Yeah.
Like you know what? Like, hey, Tifa, I didn't think that like, wow, our fucking band got in, yeah.
No, I mean like
I thought our stuff was so rushed. You know what I mean?
still better than some of the stuff we got, man.
Right. I wish shout out to Zena for having faith in the band. She was like, oh, I heard the band. When I heard the synthesizer, wow, fucking nice. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, are you sure?
No, but honestly, it was one of the more enjoyable submissions.
Oh, thanks, man.
Up there with Cactus Cactus.
La Royale comeback though. Nah. But anyways, like, thank you so much, Isaac, for like being like a really essential part of this like conversation, because like we've had many opinions about the scene, but not really much detail when it comes to like the pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Was I detailed? I don't know. I just whacked.
I mean, like your whack also got content, bro.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, I
don't
just got
like
a lot of like bullshit stories.
no,
You
like, I
know,
mean,
last time I play show them my army, you know.
Tiba, your army bastards. So, but
That guy
anyways,
really no life.
anyways, but yeah lah, like we really like to thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, no worries, man.
A lot of fun.
By the way, give us a good review. Big Dog. So hey, JX over there, like
Top 20 podcasts of 2022. Number 1, Isaac Chu guest on.
I think we are just a few.
top 10, 20 guests. Isaac on the show.
Full stop.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? Like I said, we're really glad that you came on the show, because like if it weren't for you being on the show to have this conversation, especially with our audience, in terms of like discovering music, in terms of like what's it like being, you know, going to a gig, that kind of thing, you wouldn't experience the love and taste of local music.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like if it weren't for shows like Big Dog, we wouldn't have like really fun shows like
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had those shows. Like,
we wouldn't have those shows, but like, you know what, Big Dog, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like
Hey,
straight up,
thanks,
dude. Like should I do at work? Like we support you all the way, man. Like,
and Big Duck, love shit I do at work back.
Hey.
and that's a bedtime story for you kids. Love each other.
Yeah, man, love is important.
Anyways, any final words, Isaac? Any shout outs that you want to give? You already say your band thing lah, like like people,
Yeah.
everybody already like, oh, okay lah. Say already. Any
shout
final words?
Shout outs.
Shout out to your mom, your daddy,
Yeah, my
Your
family is
your
awesome.
sister.
Shout out my whole family.
for sure.
And shout out everyone that is making music in Singapore. You know, it's not easy.
Yeah,
You know,
especially during the COVID time.
even if I say your music is shit, just keep making music. You know, it's-
Isaac-
you are
Isaac's opinion,
important.
bro.
You are important.
Isaac's opinion is not the final opinion. He's not
Yeah.
the big boss, bro.
Yeah.
My opinion actually doesn't matter. It's just I'm just facilitating conversation.
He's facilitating, like, sifting through the bullshit.
I try.
But anyways, we're coming to an end of this conversation, and like I said, we'd like to thank you once more for being on the show. Thank you, Lokes, for being on the show as well.
Look,
Shah,
legend.
Shah, you fucking suck.
Rick, get well soon.
Get well soon, man. Anyways, this is Shit I Do at Work. Peace out.
Poof.
Yay.
Cool.